Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of After the Fall, a show we have been talking about for almost as long as this has been a channel. So, we're very, very excited to be here tonight. I, of course, am GM Ryan. You may know me from such shows as World's Greatest Dungeon here on this channel, and from my role as a producer on several other shows. Joining me, we have a completely new cast of players who are about to embark on a grand adventure in post-apocalyptic Minnesota. Believe me, it is way more exciting than it sounds. So, joining me on this adventure, we have...
John Bailey. I host the YouTube channel Popcorn Junkie, where I review new releases, and I'm looking to start doing even longer series, hopefully. But small channel right now, but I'll be reviewing In the Heights and then Peter Rabbit to the Runaway this weekend. So this is so In the Heights was fun, but I think this is gonna be the highlight of my weekend.
That's awesome. We're glad to have you here, John. And just real quick, who are you playing?
I am playing Isaac Patterson, an elf tech... hold on. Lost my tab. There we are. Isaac Patterson is an inquisitive artificer, or tech adept, who conducts weird science. Ooh. And after the fall happened, he and his family turned into elves.
All right. Welcome, John. Glad to have you and Isaac here.
My turn.
Yes.
Well, I'm Tyler Lee. You can find my YouTube channel, Misguided Content, where there's just a bunch of video game stuff, lists, stupid videos that I do. I also have TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch. It's all Writer R. Lee. It's dumb stuff. Go check it out. However, tonight I will be playing Coren, Dragonkin, who is an intelligent explorer who calculates the incalculable. He is super smart, and that is matched only by his laziness.
Tyler, very glad to have you and Coren here tonight.
Next?
According to my notes, yes.
Alrighty, I am Clarity. I don't do anything outside of Skyrim Vision worth of note yet. I'm working on stuff, but they're not ready yet. Tonight I will be playing Nell, or Captain Nelly, the impulsive rebel who rules the waves. She is a sea elf pirate.
Pirate. Yes, thank you very much, Clarity. Happy to have you here. And Captain Nelly, glad to have you here as well. And that leaves us with...
me, last but not least. Aaron is my name, and I'm WeGo562 in all the places that you'd like to find me, or try to find me, I guess. Twitch is where you can find me the most. I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. So like this normal time, but just on my channel. So I play a lot of video games.
All right.
And my character is Quinn, halfling creative seer with awakened dreams. She's a bit of a flower child, kind of awkward, but she's just happy to be here.
Terrific. What a diverse cast of characters. That's going to be a lot of fun. So, a little bit before we get going here, since this is our first episode, and some of you maybe didn't watch the character creation episode 0 that we did last week, which is fine, we are not going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Instead, we are utilizing something from Monty Cook Games, the Cipher system, which I'm pretty sure is showing up backwards on the screen right now, but maybe it's not. Maybe I flipped the camera. I don't remember if I did or not. The Cipher system is sort of a universal role-playing system. You can play any kind of game you want. So what we're doing tonight is actually taking several genres that are in this book and mashing them together, breaking them apart, and then reassembling the pieces with copious amounts of duct tape. We're going to be playing a modern fantasy post-apocalypse. And what I mean by that is in the year 2020, just roll with it, magic returned to the world in the blink of an eye, and about 60% of people turned into various fantasy races, ranging from mermaids to goblins to humans to elves. And wait, nope, they were already humans. So, as you can imagine, the combination of magic, monsters, and elves kind of brought our world to its knees, and the apocalypse happened, and it's been come to be known as the Fall. So, 10 years later, in the year 2031, our characters are residents of a small town in west central Minnesota. It's a rural community. Only a few thousand people scattered amongst the town itself and its associated villages, but it's one of the largest settlements in the entire state. The only one bigger in the state is Duluth, which is kind of the regional hub and trade port. Welcome to Newcastle, Minnesota. Scenically located along the banks of that really important river that we're not going to name what it is because I'm not sure if it actually goes that direction or not, and I don't want to let you know where I'm basing this town off of. So,
Does tonight.
So the town itself has a lot of kids, and even though it's the post-apocalypse, you still got to go to school. So our wonderful... I know, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Our wonderful characters are in their senior year at the Newcastle General School. And all four of them, I believe, had decided on the same career path. Isn't that right?
I think so.
No.
I think we're all
Not by
Honestly.
choice.
Not by choice. I know. Yeah, you really wanted to go a different direction, but your friend strong-armed you into it. So,
Peer
what...
pressure, high school. Who would have thought?
Yep.
Weird. Another thing that endured past the apocalypse. High school and peer pressure.
Oh no.
So today we'll be starting our campaign on April 25th, 2031 by Old Reckoning, or also known as April 25th, Fall Year 10. You have gone through most of the day of school. The final bell has just rung. And now, the night is yours to do with what you wish. As you exit the classrooms and make your way through the crowded hallways, what do?
God, I'm trying to remember high school.
I'm trying to forget high school.
I would probably try to go find the rest of the group, see if the guys are hanging out in the shop like they normally are.
Coren's looking for you specifically to get the notebooks that he's requested.
Okay.
I was trying to ask while I was muted. What time of year is it, Ryan?
April, it's a very good question because the climate has shifted after the apocalypse slightly. April is actually kind of early summer at this point. So it's nice and warm out. The cicadas have already hatched. There has been a period of intense rain over the last few days. And today it's actually quite nice outside.
Cool. I'm going to go look for my friends so I can pester them.
Okay. So it sounds like you all kind of hang out in the shop after you're done with classes. So, what as we kind of arrive at the shop with Nelly, what does Nelly see?
I'm very hesitantly holding a stack of homemade notebooks that I have pressed. I've made these. I've ground the leaves, pressed them. I'm holding them in my hands, about to give them to Coren. I'm saying, please, this. I know your hands are so much bigger than mine. Could you just write a little softer? Because you're hurt. The paper is just so delicate. Could you just? These ones are just okay. You're gonna be.
I got it. Okay. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank.
Yeah.
Okay. Just okay. Bye.
Thank you. Do I owe you anything?
Snacks? You got any? I mean, I'm always down for snacks.
He goes to his locker and grabs like some, I don't know, whatever, like a bag of nuts or something, and just kind of tosses it. He's like, "Here you go, same snacks as always."
I'll take these, but I mean, if you score something sweet,
this is just stuff I get from home. If you think my dad's gonna let me get anything sweet, you don't know me that well.
Well, yeah, I guess your dad's probably not gonna. Well, I'm just saying, if you get something sweet, think of me, please.
I'll do that. Thank you for the notebooks.
She'll squirrel away the nuts in her bag.
He starts putting the notebooks away and kind of just saying, he's like, okay, I think I gotta get going.
I think Nelly is going to interrupt at this point, throw her arms around both of her friends and say, "What's up, chums?" And just putting all of her weight onto,
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Not already.
So
what are we up to today?
We have had a request from chat that you all describe your characters visually, too. So, why don't we start with Aaron?
Yeah, I can start. Quinn has auburn red hair that she puts back with like a tied headband, and then has different things that she's woven into her hair that she's found, little washers, things, beads. She just likes to keep different things tied in her hair. She wears some necklaces that she's made as well from found items, and her clothing is patched, worked items that she's had from different clothes that she's salvaged or worn over the years that she's just wanted to continue to use, and she wants to reuse them, so she's just patched them into clothes to make these dresses that she wears. Basically, it's like a sundress, or she'll make a jacket sometimes. It's just patched together fabric. And then she's got a messenger bag that she's also salvaged and repaired and added pockets to, because she likes to have little extra pockets inside her bag just to keep everything organized in there, because she's always got to have pencils and notebooks and things for just prepared to draw at any moment. She's just ready. Snacks. She's got snack pockets. She's down for snacks. That's Quinn.
All right. Thank you very much. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Isaac, who was probably in the back, back in somewhere else in the shop, already tinkering with something, probably a piece of old tech, is about 6'3", which is actually like 5 inches taller than he was before the fall. Lanky, wiry, not basic elven body type, but he wears like some tattered. I had a image prepared thanks to the lovely folks at Hero Forge, kind of giving a visual cue. And yeah, he kind of has like a torn button-up shirt, torn jeans that are torn in the knees, stuff that's fairly modern and like would work is like a lightly used sort of style aesthetic in the modern day, but in the fall it's just like he can't exactly get brand new clothes, so he wears whatever he can until it's gone. Otherwise, he carries around a burlap sack instead of a backpack because he figures, I don't have access to that. I don't need it. And then he is always wearing a pair of these goggles with a little red tint in them, and he's managed to use the goggles to kind of filtrate out essentially excess light, so it's like a way to better see things, or I guess take in extra light to better see what he's working on. And so he's often got those on, or otherwise they're around his head, like he's a Digimon protagonist. And then he's got pale skin, very fair skinned, and his hair is this big shaggy mess. Doesn't even worry about it. Wakes up, just hair doesn't matter to him, but it's this interesting dark green color. And then, yeah.
Thank you very much. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. Nelly looks pretty much like your normal sea elf. Her ears are a little bit shorter than normal, but she's got the aquamarine sort of skin and deeper blue hair. She wears the torn up sort of raggy style as well. Her most prominent features of what she carries is her jacket, which is a little bit too big for her, which has emblazoned on the back the number 9 with sort of a blue flame design. And then I don't know if she'd be allowed to carry her cutlass at school, but she probably is anyway.
No, all of your weapons have to be checked at one of the gates while you're in town.
Then she doesn't have that on her. Right now.
Soon, though. It's the end of the day. You can go retrieve it any time you want. Thank you very much, Clarity. And finally, we have Coren.
Coren is a blue dragonkin. Definitely taller than he was before the fall. He's probably about 6'3", 6'4". I would assume that's pretty average for a dragonborn. They're pretty big. He's a lot leaner than most dragonkin, though, because he's not strong, not at all. Aside from the blue skin or the blue scales with a little bit of gold, reddish gold on his brow ridges and on the spikes on top that go down his back, he wears pretty much either your typical 3-button like long sleeve shirt to work in or to do stuff in, or a t-shirt like this with a plaid shirt over it, like your typical stuff that you would see from people who work in the shop or don't care, like dresses like me basically. And pants are kind of army issue tactical just because of his parentage, and it allows him a ton of pockets, which he needs. Kind of the same with the boots, kind of tactical boots, because he does a lot of walking around when he's not, I don't know, just being lazy. He's out salvaging or something. So kind of tactical boots that he can walk around in. Carries a backpack for all of his many things. He prefers a backpack to a burlap sack because he likes things to be a little organized if he can help it. He would normally be carrying his rifle on his back and his light handgun on his hip, but as our GM has said, they take that from him.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for describing your characters for those at home. So, Coren, you've just gotten these notebooks. Nelly walked in, wrapped an arm around you, asked you how you're doing. What happens next?
Hey, hi.
Hey!
I just gave Coren some books, and I'm not I'm not really sure what.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
I've got a thing I need to do.
A thing?
Really could use my first mate to come with me.
I'm removing
What
her arm from my neck
thing?
and being like, okay,
Um.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
go-
to resist that.
A thing?
All right, how do we do this?
What kind of thing?
An exciting thing.
Okay.
And probably an entertaining thing to watch. The question I have for you, Ryan, is where is the bridge?
Oh, that's a very good question. So, yeah, that's a fun
Is
thing.
it inside town or outside town?
So, yeah, probably clue everybody else in what's happening here if you want. But
Not yet.
Okay. The bridge is outside of town to the northwest towards Jorgensen.
Okay. Right, so I don't remember what the last thing Quinn says was. Apologies. So we gotta head up to Jorgensen right now.
Or
Having extracted himself, Coren is grabbing his bag and says, What's this we?
Well, I need my entourage to come up with me, otherwise it won't look particularly impressive. We need to scare them and get into their heads first
who would be
before
scary?
weapons are drawn.
Why are we scaring people?
Because, and this is where I'm going to pull out the note, because this guy thinks he's better than me, and by that he thinks he's better than us. And he's not, so we need to go teach him a lesson.
Can I see the note? Like reaches out to take the note. Can I see it?
I'll let her look at the note.
Okay, what exactly does the note say?
In very untidy scrawl that you're having a little bit of trouble reading at first, but you think it says, I challenge you, meet me at the old bridge after school.
Do you
Coren
even
is
know
looking
who
over
wrote
her shoulder
this?
and reading it.
Oh yeah, I'm only 4 feet tall, so absolutely.
He's just kind of leaned over.
Just anybody can look over me.
You hear Coren say, Who says challenge you anymore?
Like,
Losers, that's who.
where did you get this? Was it in your locker or what? Like hand delivered? Who?
Sure, the Jorgensen twins gave it to me.
Oh.
So, it's a serious challenge, and we have to take care of it. Can't let this guy thinking he's better than us.
Why? Why? Why not?
I mean, do we really care what they think?
Well, yeah. It's gonna be ruinous on our reputations around school.
Man, you're
We've
throwing
got
My
the drafting race
reputation.
coming
you're
up.
throwing
need
us
to-
around a lot.
You're part of the team. You're part of my crew.
So you say. I fixed your
s-
boat once.
Isaac has been very quiet throughout all this. What's he doing?
Isaac, as far as Isaac knows, there's nobody else in the shop. He is goggles down, bent over, probably like trying to think some bit of just minute tech that we take for granted. Let's say an old pocket watch.
Okay.
And he's just taking a look at the intricacies of the clockworks and the gears and all that. And to him, he is trying to see if he can not only make it tell time, but also glow in the dark. Even though it's like there's no iridescence, there's no anything on there. It is just plain metal and glass and all that. He thinks, I can make this glow in the dark so you can see the time whenever. And he's like etching little runes into the gears, thinking that will imbue it with the magic to glow.
Okay.
While Quinn and Nelly are talking, Coren just says, "While you two talk about this, I'm gonna clean up and put my tools away. And he just kind of walks away and starts doing that. Glancing over at Isaac, being very jealous of the fact that Isaac is not involved in this conversation at all.
I have a question for you, Ryan. So Marcus is the local bully. Has he bullied any of us?
Oh, yeah, he's been a thorn in everyone's side. Marcus is a halfling, but that has kind of come with a Napoleon complex. He is trying to show off how big and strong he is by being the toughest kid in Newcastle. And, yeah, last week he fought Jake Jacobs, and he broke Jake Jacobs' arm.
We gotta get him back for what he did to Jake and what he's done to all of us. He's
want him
a
to
nightmare.
break my arm? Do you want him to
I'll
break
be in
your
front.
arm?
I'll be in front. You're just there to help intimidate him.
I mean, if he breaks your arm, I got
Can't
a first
break my-
aid kit
he
in my
won't break
bag. I
my
can
arm.
help mend it a little bit, but like,
What's he gonna do? He's half my height.
well,
We
he packs. Apparently, he got Jake Jacobs. Do you see? You see what Jake Jacobs looks like?
That's true, but I'm not Jake. I'm Captain Nelly, and nobody messes with Captain Nelly.
That's right, you
Or
only have
her
one
parents.
first name.
True.
Isaac, hurry up! We need to get going.
As
Can
soon
I peek
as
Can I peek over his shoulder to see what Isaac's working on?
you may not want to do that, because as soon as Nelly calls out to him, his hand slips, and that rune causes the entire watch to just. And he looks up just like, "Oh, hi,
We're going to
Nelly."
go beat up Marcus.
Can I look at his watch and do like some kind of skill check and see if I can see what went wrong on the watch? Just to piss him off. That's one of the few things that Coren will get involved with Isaac when Isaac talks to him about this stuff, is to just see if he can find something that Isaac has overlooked, because he knows it would bug him.
All right. So this is going to be the first roll of the game. So you got your dice? Good. I have mine, but because I'm the GM, I don't have to have them.
How many dice did Ryan throw over his shoulder tonight?
How long have you
that
been
one.
wanting to do
I need
that?
that one.
That was the entire
There goes
point of
that
doing
one.
this show.
That's the episode, folks. It's been fun.
And yeets.
So
Somebody clip that, please. Somebody clip it right now.
Yeah.
How long
So
have you been waiting to do that,
That was
Ryan?
I had the dice ready to go
Billy
since we
Mays
started.
commercial right there. Like, you tired of rolling dice?
Stop having a boring dice. Stop having a boring life. So, okay. So Tyler, I'm gonna need you to make a test here, and this is going to be an intelligence-based roll, and I'm gonna
Thank
set the
God.
difficulty at 4. So
Okay.
what difficulty 4 means, folks, is that we take that number, we multiply it by 3 to get 12, and that is the number that Tyler has to roll on the dice in order to succeed in his test. Now, Tyler, do you have any assets you would like to apply towards figuring this out?
So for assets for this, it would be like skills I'm trained in or
Mhm.
something of that nature. Could I use my repairing skill, since it's clearly broken and he's like trying to do stuff with it, to like see if I can spot what's going on?
Given what exactly you're trying to do here, you're trying to figure out what he did wrong that fizzled the watch, which was magically based, not repair based.
Well, then I would say, is there any way I could go either engineering, machines, or identifying? One of those three.
I will give you identifying, so that'll lower it a step. So now it is a
I'm-
difficulty 3 task.
Okay, I'm trained in that, so yes, one. I think that's all I got.
All right,
I would like to shoot it with my gun. No. I don't
that's a completely different thing and would require you to have your gun on you at this time, which you do not. So you need to roll a 9 or better on the dice. Go ahead and roll them bones.
Okay. I just want to make sure one of my things doesn't like give me an advantage on this. Nope, not that. Nope.
You didn't take magical training?
No, I was just checking to see if Tinker or Predictive Equation does anything, but it's very different.
Yeah.
All right. So my target is 3. You said now.
So you need to roll a 9 or better on the dice.
9 or better. Okay.
Yep. Level 3 difficulty.
Hey, that's a 9.
Well, there we go. That'll do it. So yeah, you look at it. Oh yeah, no, it's he put the wrong ruin right there. If he had put that one there, and if Nelly hadn't caused him to slip on that one, it would have probably worked.
I just look over and I go, that ruin should have been up there. And then I just walk away.
Yeah. No, Isaac just didn't even pay much attention to Coren because all of his attention was on the fact that he's got magical smoke covering his goggles, and Nelly has broken his attention on his little project. What were we talking about?
We're gonna go beat up Marcus.
Oh, cool!
Get
Have fun
revenge
with
for
that.
everything he's done. No, I need you to come with.
Is there a
Why,
back
I'm
way?
not-
Is there a back way out of here?
Yeah. There's a fire
gonna-
exit.
I'm gonna just like casually, just since they think I'm picking up stuff, like just clean stuff up, and I'm just gonna walk out.
There is an alarm bar on the
that.
door, but you're not sure if it actually works or not.
Can I tell at all?
I mean, there's one surefire way to find out.
I'm not gonna do that.
Quinn probably sees. I would assume. See, it just is like.
sees me standing there, just staring at that fire alarm, just
Don't
like, man,
leave
if I
me
could get
here."
out.
Don't leave me here.
Nell's getting impatient, so she's gonna start doing the thing where she's pushing her friends by putting her arms around their necks and just sort of guiding the two smarty pantses towards the exit.
Okay.
We're starting with John, who's Isaac, and forgetting everyone's names.
Now, as Nelly basically pulls Isaac up from his seat, he has to quickly grab his sack, his school sack, and his watch. Okay.
I need my
I'll-
entourage.
I just kind of duck when she does that, so her arm like slides off, and I go, "I'll follow you if you stop doing that to me."
Onwards.
Okay.
Now, Aaron, Quinn's had when the old bridge was mentioned, you kind of had this sudden flash of insight to a dream you had the other night. That thing you've been dreaming about for the last couple weeks. You're pretty sure that's the first step to getting there.
Okay.
So,
As we're being pushed out, it's like hold on. I think I remember. You said that. Where was it? The challenge at? The bridge.
Just at the old bridge.
I
up
feel
towards
like
Jordan.
I've seen the bridge in part of my recent dreams. There's like a. It's definitely at least on the way. I'm not 100% sure on the path. It's not totally clear to me, but here as she reaches in her book, she pulls out her book of dreams and flips.
Our victory is foretold. It is foretold.
I drew it, and then I also drew this, and she flips the page over, and there's a semi truck hanging from a tree, and like there's a semi. Just I think it's full of some good stuff that we might be able to find if we go out there. We might be able to find this truck and get ourselves some cool stuff.
How detailed
Now
is this drawing?
I feel like we gotta go because I've dreamt this. And you know me, my dreams they tend to come true sometimes, and that's why I keep track of them in my book. But I mean, this is kind of a sign, isn't it?
How detailed is the drawing?
she does very thorough drawings of her dreams. Like, she basically takes the dreams from her head and puts them on paper. It's vivid.
Do I recognize the area at all?
It's a forest. There's a lot of those around here.
Lots of trees.
There's something about... Tell you what, give me an intelligence test here. We're going to make this difficulty 3.
Let's see.
And you do have 2 teammates who are also looking at this drawing right now and could probably serve as an asset for you by helping you out.
Yeah, I would gladly use my geography knowledge to help them out.
Cool.
Okay, so that'll be lowering it to a difficulty 2. So you got to roll a 6 or better unless you have anything else that you want to use.
I thought I had something that allows me to like recognize places I've been to.
We haven't been to this place, but there's something about it that does seem familiar.
All right, well then I got nothing to give, so I'll take that.
Okay,
So
level 2
difficulty
difficulty,
2.
6 or better. And we got a
13.
13. You're looking at this, the vines that are in the drawing. The truck isn't so much in the tree itself. It's like being suspended between 2 trees by these large, thick cable-like vines, and shit, you know about where to look for something like this. The last couple years, there's been this rapid expansion of this weird woods that everybody's calling the Enchanted Forest around town, that just seem to grow up overnight. And even though people go out and they cut the trees down and try to clear the fields, the next day, they're back up. It's really the number one reason the town is starting to create a lumber mill to help deal with all the extra trees and wood that they have on hand. That seems to be just instantly resupplying itself. But it came out of nowhere, and it just keeps going on and on and on. So you're pretty sure that those vines are something you've seen in the forest before. You're not entirely certain where exactly it is, but given the light, it's probably somewhere to the west.
Is this exactly how it looked in your dream?
Yeah. The drawing? Oh, yeah. I draw...
He has a
I-
pencil.
I take everything just directly from my dreams and put them on the paper.
This is the Enchanted Forest. Probably west. This is how it was with the sun, the light. Probably to the west.
Oh.
Also, those vines look like they grabbed the truck.
So we could score some loot, I guess, in a sense. If we, I mean,
I said
guess
vines grabbed the truck, and that's what you heard. Was we can score some loot.
Yeah. What, aren't you excited about finding some cool stuff?
When's the last time you saw me excited? He just walks.
Finally!
With that one time, no. Did you?
Nope.
No. No.
Nope. Not
With-
then either.
With, how about, no, that's not, no, that
Let's
wasn't
go.
exciting.
Let's go.
Let me think about it. I'll remember a time.
That's
As your group exits the school into the beautiful, sunny, warm spring day, late spring day, there are still some kids that are hanging around the school, chatting. Some are getting on their bicycles, ready to go. But all of the carts that take all of the younger kids back to the various villages that they're from have already left. Which means if you're not from here and you have to get home, you gotta walk. Fortunately, the furthest somebody has to walk is 10 miles. It's just you definitely don't want to walk alone. So, as you walk down the stairs in front of the school, you have the whole town. You can go do whatever you want. What is the plan?
Well, Nelly has a pressing matter to attend to, so she's leading the group.
Yeah, I mean,
First
we're
to
headed towards the bridge, right?
Yep. So she's gonna. Well, they're gonna retrieve their weapons first, and then they're gonna head towards the bridge. And Nelly's assuming that everyone's following her at this point.
Coren is literally just walking with like his hands behind his head, just kind of looking up, not paying really any attention, just kind of walking. I mean, he's following them, but
This pace is quite fast. No. Just trying to walk behind her.
Yeah, because you're a little shorter.
I think I'm the shortest. I'm 4 feet tall, which is tall for a halfling, but there's tall people in my extended family. I think some of the races that would have mixed together would have made me a little taller than average. So she's a bit taller for her size, but she's still only 4 feet tall compared to the 6'3", and I don't know how tall is Nell.
Nell's probably 5.5 feet tall.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure what average height is for a sea elf.
It's 5.5. 5.5. You said? Yeah, 5.5
Yep.
feet. That's average height.
Yeah.
Canon.
funny enough, we're all the exact average height for our race.
Except for me. I'm above average.
So,
Let's
All
let
right.
our smallest member set the pace now.
now begrudgingly slows down.
So the town is laid out over the top of the ruins of an old world town. It was a small town then. It's much larger now, so a lot of new buildings have sort of filled in the space between the pre-existing buildings. But the school was part of the town before the fall. It is on one of the two main streets of town, which is Main Street and Main, with an E, Street.
Not confusing at all.
And it's located...
I hate whoever did that.
The school's on the eastern part of Main, with an N, Street. And I believe... So, Coren is from Pineguard, correct? So, your stuff probably would have been left at the southern gate.
Yep.
Nell and Quinn are from... Where was it again?
The Brebe starts with the B, C.
Bread seed?
Bread seed,
bread
yes.
seed. That's
Bread
it.
seed.
Bread
So-
seed?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the name of the village, and that's to the north,
Taste
so
of the
your
puppy.
stuff would have been left at the north gate. And Isaac, you're from town, so...
Yeah.
you-
I probably left my weapons at home.
Probably. So if you're gonna gather your things, what's the order you're gonna go?
Well,
I just start walking towards the south gate.
Meet at the west gate.
where was the old bridges? Was it northwest, you said?
You'll leave the west gate, and then there's a very familiar path. You know how to get there.
Okay, and yeah, meet at the west gate.
Okay. Everybody splits off, goes to gather their things. Isaac, as you near your home, you see that there are a couple of new cars sitting out in front of your house. You can hear a little bit warped music coming from the garage and the banging of metal and tools as your dad is hard at work.
Can I retcon something really quick?
Yeah.
I would probably need to go check in with Isaac's dad, wouldn't I?
You actually have the day off.
Okay, so I'm good.
Yep. It's
Okay,
a Thursday.
I was
so-
gonna if that was the case, I was gonna be like, Isaac, you have to come with me, and then we'll both just go back to your place. But never mind if I'm off.
So, Isaac, do you go into the garage or do you go into the house?
I probably walk through the garage just to say, "Hey, Dad."
So, tell me about your dad. What's he like?
Well, before before the fall, he was more of an airline engineer. He was much more into the designing stuff, but he was always good with his hands. Since the fall happened, there really wasn't a need for his line of work, so he used his mechanical skills to basically try to upkeep what was left of the old world. And that's why. And so eventually, they came to Newcastle after not being welcome in Jorgensen, and he found an old mechanic's shop and opened it up to kind of basically give people a way to bring not just mainly vehicles. That was his main thing, but he'll do some minor appliance maintenance stuff if need be, but he's mainly focused on vehicle repair and upkeep, and will often help out various of the outlying areas with pilot needs, like crop dusting or things like that.
Okay. So, one thing you know for sure about your father, though, is that he cannot sing. Try as he might, he has never been able to carry a tune. And bless his heart, he is trying now. As the music plays, it wasn't the music player that was the problem. You were hearing your father's warble projected out across the street. He does not hear you enter the garage.
Okay. I tap on whatever vehicle he's working on.
Huh? Oh, Isaac. Hey, how was school?
School's good. My friend Nelly needed some help with something afterwards, so I'm gonna meet up with them for a bit. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. I just got a couple of oil changes. Don't worry about it. I got this. You go have fun with your friends.
See you, Dad.
Good. Have fun. Be safe. Be back by dark. Okay.
Will do.
All right. So, as you exit the garage into the house, it's a comfortable abode.
Mm-hmm.
Fairly well provided for, since your parents do serve a very crucial role within the town structure. And there's a lot I'm imagining this with a lot of little bins of parts and junk kind of strewn about as things are scavenged and dropped off here.
Exactly.
Okay. Where do you keep your gear?
I probably just leave it in my room.
Okay.
There's no sense taking it away from the room. Just head on up, fill up the sack, take out the school books, bring in, a lot of the essentials, things like Isaac managed to find this electric lantern that he brings along, some duct tape, because you can never go wrong with duct tape. He also, on one of Quinn's salvaging trips, she found an interesting, almost looked like this piece of wood that formed perfectly into a shield. And so Isaac kind of retrofitted some handles to it, and he basically retrofitted a hunk of wood into a shield that he could use for protection if he ever needed it. And then he's got, since they are all trained in various gears, Isaac likes to keep. Isaac always thought better keep people at a distance, so his weapon of choice is a pike. And so he grabs all of that stuff and fills up his sack and heads on out.
So yeah, the pike is definitely a common weapon around here. Every single person of age has to do monthly drills with the local castle guard, the militia, in order to be able to defend themselves if the town is attacked, which it has been in the past. To that end, you have received, as part of that training, a collapsible pike, which it ends up being about 10 feet long, but when it's collapsed down, there's two halves. All you have to do is put them together. They kind of snap and slot together, and it's just like having a regular full 10-foot long pike. So you have two 5-foot sections for that, which makes it a lot easier to get in and out of the house. Right. So you grab your stuff, you get your supplies, and then it's off to the western gate. As you walk through town, you take a very efficient route getting there, which does lead you through the Elven Enclave, where a large number of elven refugees from Toronto arrived about 2 years ago and have made themselves at home. There's a lot of, "Hey, Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How's it going?"
Hey, yeah, Isaac doesn't really look anybody in the eye, but he just nicely waves at everybody, says highs, and he just keeps going at his fast walk pace.
Okay. And as you pass through the Enclave, you get to the other side where you find the street leading to the western gate, where you see everyone else is already assembled.
About time. Let's get going.
The gate guards kind of give you all a look as you're passing through. You're not the usual crowd to go this way, but they don't stop you. They don't question you. As you step through the gate outside the wall of Newcastle, Minnesota, there's about 300 feet of farm fields that are growing basically garden crops, cucumbers, sunflowers, things of that nature. Beyond that, there's woods, there's ruins, and further on, who knows what you're going to find. But, Nell, you know the way to the old bridge. The old bridge is where fights happen. This is where the toughest kid in town is decided, and you've been called out. It is about 3 miles west-northwest of town along a very well-marked path. So as you walk, what do you talk about?
Do we have any sort of game plan for when we get there, other than Nell just looking tough?
Well, we're
I
all
don't
going to
exactly look tough.
I'm gonna look exactly like I look right now. Does that work?
I mean, that's pretty tough looking. If I was against you, I would be intimidated.
Well, thank you, Quinn. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm not
Open up
entirely
those
sure.
snacks I gave you.
Not sure if this is going to be a duel to the death or just a fist fight.
To the death.
But
To the death. To the death.
It's not gonna be a duel to the death.
As Quinn is freaking out, Isaac kind of like lends a slight hand on her shoulder.
No one's gonna. No one's done.
Coren puts his hand like on top of her head.
Death's. I thouut this was just like a like
one's
arm
gonna-
wrestle.
No one's gonna die.
That's how he broke his arm, right? They were arm wrestling. I thought that's all it was. They just no.
Quinn, you've seen this sort of thing happen before. You've seen Nelly fight before. You just blocked it out.
Yeah, trauma. I'm traumatized.
What's that? Oh, look, it's my trunk.
You know that
Has
it's
returned.
generally not a fight to the death. Nobody's died, but there have been some nasty injuries. And the opponents tend to agree on ground rules ahead of actually fighting. So,
Okay.
you also know that Marcus rolls with crew. it's not just Marcus you gotta watch out for. There's Ricky. Ricky is an 8.5-foot tall monstrosity of a man who most people think he is part giant in some way, and even more people think that giant was an ogre. He is not very bright, but what he lacks in intelligence, he makes up for with brute strength. In addition to that, Ricky and Marcus have the Jorgensen twins, twin halfling girls who don't talk, but are really good with a crossbow. 4 and 4. Even odds.
Okay.
I don't know how I'll even give him that. None of us are any good at might.
We're gonna outsmart him, right?
I can shoot things.
I mean, that's death, though, isn't it? I don't
Doesn't
know
have.
about...
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
No one on our side is dying.
No
Well,
one on their
preference.
side is dying
For-
either.
for-
No.
Yeah. I mean, all I've got is a dagger.
This is
All
such
we
a,
need.
this is such a
What does-
pain.
Honestly, Marcus would probably just wimp out in the first 5 seconds.
You think so?
Yeah.
You saw
It's just a small
you saw
camp.
Jake Jacobson's arm, didn't you?
You probably had Ricky do that.
It was so.
What species is Jake? How big is
Jake
Jake?
Yeah,
Jake
well,
is a
what's Jake?
human.
Okay.
He was one of the few that remained human after the fall. And yeah, he's not short. He's like 6'2". He's a farmer, so very muscular. And yeah, you're kind of everyone was a little surprised that happened. So
Yeah, they probably jumped him and ganged up on him. That's why I've got you guys. Watch my back. Make sure they don't do anything tricksy.
Okay.
all right.
Are you gonna do something tricksy?
Of course.
I will
don't
stand at
care.
your
I just-
side.
I just want to know what's happening.
But I mean, my concern is more to get past them to the treasure at hand. That's what I'm excited about.
Coren immediately checks his bag to make sure he brought the smoke bombs and the flash bomb that he has recently made, and they are indeed there.
You have a special little pouch for them on the side of the bag that you can quickly retrieve them from.
Chances are I will not use them, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'm gonna double check my sack of rocks to make sure I got a full sack of rocks.
Yep, you've got your sack.
That's the same thing.
I have a slingshot and some rocks, and they don't knock my slingshot till you see my slingshot in action, Coren. You don't know
I would never knock your slingshot, just like I would never knock
my slingshot
slingshot.
skills.
Just like I would never knock my own slingshot, nor would you knock my slingshot. I
You
hold
have
up
a
my
slingshot?
rifle. I hold up my rifle.
That's not a slingshot.
Sure it is, same concept.
That's not how.
Same
That's-
concept. I should know.
Is
I've taken this apart, put it back together at least 12 times. I should know.
Okay.
As you leave the main road, you start down a path that has been well worn over the years. This path will lead you on foot to the settlement of Jorgensen. No relation to the twins. The roads, you could take a further, more circuitous route to get to that settlement, that village, but it's longer. So you're essentially taking the footpath that people who aren't transporting goods and are trying to move quickly take. And as you start to go over hills and through fields and meadows, the sound of insects chirping and droning and buzzing starts to make it a little harder to hear each other. A scent of wildflowers assails you. It's a beautiful day, but it is a bit much. finally, you reach the edge of the woods, and you know that it's only a little further from here. Any last conversation you want to have, this is the time.
Did you say that it smells more so than normal?
Like, just a ton of wildflowers. Way, way, way more than you'd see these days. Super blooms.
How close are we? Are we in the Enchanted Forest? Are we close to it?
You've just reached the edge of the Old Woods. The Old Woods is not the Enchanted Forest, it's just the forest on the edge, western edge of town. This was a state park, you think, before the fall? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just like a preserve or something, but whatever it was, it's in pretty good condition. You go a few miles into this woods, though, and you hit the Enchanted Forest, and there is a definite change in topography, vegetation, and creatures you will meet once you hit that point. Getting to the edge of the woods itself, the shade feels very nice. The sound of insects kind of buzzes away as you walk into the crisp air. Pine needles littering the floor as they crunch under your feet. Only a few more minutes till you get to the bridge.
Do I notice anything that looks peculiar with like the scent of flowers? Because Quinn often forages in the forest. Would she see anything that looks out of ordinary that would make this strong scent?
Let's do an intellect test
Okay.
for you. We're gonna call this a difficulty 3 test for you. Do you have any assets that you would like to use to try to bring that down?
I mean, the foraging is a skill I have,
Okay, so that'll bring it down to a 2.
and I think that's. I have an edge of 1. Does that mean I get to add that to?
You can spend effort, and an edge means that first level of effort costs you less.
Okay, but I only have so much effort, like a day. Is that how that works? I don't know how that works.
No, spending effort takes points out of your pool.
Oh.
So if you wanted to spend effort to show everybody how it works,
Okay.
a level of effort costs 3 points from your associated pool that you're making the test in. So intellect, you would lower that by 3 points. However, because you have a level of edge, it only costs you 2 points for that first level.
Would I mark that on my sheet?
Yep, you lower your current pool, the red number, by 2 points, and now you're only at a difficulty 1. You got to roll a 3 or better.
Lower it 2 points. Done. Okay. On a D20.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fail me now, new dice. That's a 14.
A 14 is better than a 3.
Yeah.
It is the flowers and the scents and everything are all completely normal. This is just the western part of town. There's a lot more wildflowers that don't serve any particular use on this part of town, but you do notice something with a roll like that. You do notice something underneath one of the little ferns on a bend in the path. Somebody has dropped something. There is a small sack lying there.
I would like to investigate this item.
Okay, you pick it up. It feels odd. There's sort of it almost feels like grain inside of it. It's not a very large bag. Fits in your 2 halfling hands pretty nicely.
Okay.
Do you open it?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so as you pull the string holding it together, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative. And
Oh, boy.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's a mimic! Wait, we're not playing D&D.
It's a little bag. It'd be an adorable mimic. Just like
That'd be
latches
so
on,
cute with the
Whoa!
teeth.
latches onto your hand.
It'd just
You're
basically
like, what's
be
happening?
it'd just be like an oversized tick.
It's like, get it off.
Well, those exist in this world, oversized ticks, so, you know.
Well, I'm not surprised.
So
Lovely.
you open the bag, and there's a scent that goes over the wildflowers that hits you. This is an expensive item. This is a bag of coffee grounds.
Oh.
Do any of us smell it? When she opens it?
Yeah.
Well, Nelly's leading the way. Where would Quinn be in the marching order?
I mean, probably towards the bay, just because I don't have as long of a stride as the guys. But
So by Coren, who also walks slow because he don't.
yeah,
give a
I'd
shit.
probably be near Coren because we're both
Coren, you smell it.
slow.
Is that coffee?
I think so. Doesn't it smell like it?
Yeah.
It smells. I mean, I don't know how to describe this scent. It's definitely strong, but I don't know who dropped it, but it's yeah. I'll tie it
So
up and
there is a coffee place, a cafe in town, but because coffee is so hard to come by, they hardly ever actually serve it unless somebody finds freeze-dried coffee while they're out scavenging and then sells it to the cafe for a really, really high price. So you could probably sell it there to make a little bit of money. Has Quinn ever had coffee before?
I don't know if she would have. She drinks probably a lot of tea. With
And we-
her mom growing all the herbs and flowers and things in her shop, she probably just has a lot of tea.
They definitely sell that there.
She's a tea gal.
I really wish Nell wasn't at the front. She's
She's
definitely
gonna-
had
yeah, she's
coffee
gonna
before,
pocket
but
the-
she doesn't smell
Tie.
it from way up front.
Yeah. Tie that thing tight and put it in her bag.
Okay. So you found a bit of loot.
Nice.
So, as you march into the woods, the light changes, filtered through the boughs of the trees, the leaves rustling in the wind. It's much quieter than it was in the meadow. Much stiller. You look around, it's almost like you're being watched, but you're pretty sure you're safe. And there's 4 of you. So you're probably okay. As you continue, you come to a bend in the path, marked. If you go one direction, you'll lead back to the main road. If you go the other way, you get to the old bridge, and beyond it, the trail that leads to Jorgensen. As you turn, you can see the old bridge. It is over a small ravine that has a very fast-moving creek underneath it. And at one point, this bridge made before the fall was a gabled, covered bridge for walking. It was probably not more than 8 to 10 feet wide, but it would have been pretty tall. And the years since the fall have not been kind to it. The roof had fallen off in a storm, swept away down the creek. The barest of bones of timbers from the original bridge still remain and have been repaired by some of the castle guard. And on the bridge, or the far side of it, you see 4 figures. 2 halflings, 3 halflings, and 1 unmistakably tall man who you know is Ricky.
Before we get an earshot of him, I go, okay, Nell, this is our last chance to go somewhere else and get on with our damn lives.
Oh no, we've got business.
No.
I don't think they're stopping her now.
No, just fast forward.
As you charge down the incline, Marcus kind of hears you approach. He smiles widely. I didn't think you'd actually come. You ready to get your clack cleaned? He spits.
You're gonna pay for what you did to Jake.
Oh, you're gonna be the one that makes me pay?
Someone has to.
Yeah. Don't worry. You'll be Probably sharing a hospital room with Jake by the end of the day here, huh? Ha! Everybody chuckles on their side. Which is really just Ricky, because the twins don't talk, so you just hear this deep... You brought your friends. We gonna make this a rumble?
I was thinking one-on-one. Or you're not man enough for that.
One-on-one suits me just fine. Don't want anybody thinking that I have other people fight my fights for me. So, weapons or not?
I have a quick question before we continue, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on opposite ends of the bridge?
Yep.
So we're not... Are we on the bridge or...
You're on opposite ends of the bridge. Off the bridge.
Okay. So what I will have been wanting to do is using my create water subtly to create a slipping hazard in front of Marcus.
Okay. That's going to be...
While we're talking here.
Is there a cost to use that ability?
Yes, it cost me 2 intellect to use it.
So go ahead and mark that off.
Regardless.
Tyler, you had something you wanted to say?
I also have something I would like to do. This is one of my abilities. I would like to use predictive equation. I observe or study a creature, object, or location for at least one round. I'm going to study Marcus. So the next time that I interact with him, the difficulty of a related tasks, attacking, defending, or persuading, is reduced by, really? Just one step.
Okay.
The text was just like, nope, we're going to go down one more line.
Is there a cost to use that ability?
It is cost of 2.
Okay.
I have an edge of 1, so that lowers it to 1.
No, the edge only applies to effort.
Effort? Okay.
Yep. Ability costs, you have to pay the whole cost.
Okay. So that's 2.
All right. So you're kind of taking in the scene. You're getting Ricky in that equation too. We'll come back to that in just a moment. I'm going to have Clarity make a roll here. And it's going to be, instead of an intelligence roll, we're actually going to have you make a speed roll to try to do this subtly.
Alright.
So, I'm going to set the difficulty at... You know what? We're going to make this a difficulty 2.
Alright. I don't think that I have anything that would make it easier.
Okay.
Should have taken sleight of hand skill. So I think it's just going to be a straight roll. I don't think I got anything. Unless I can apply not work.
Could one of us help her in some way?
How would you help?
Could I just kind of walk behind her and see if I can just get their attention by pulling my rifle off my back and just kind of doing that on my shoulder, just like I'm trying to have them see me?
It does get their attention. Their eyes stop looking at Nell, and they track you. You see Ricky kind of shift slightly as he pulls off of his back this large club that's almost half his own height and as thick as his legs, which are very thick. He sort of leans on it as he watches you, not willing to look intimidated, but maybe a little worried. I'll go ahead and lower it a step for that. So it's only a difficulty 1 now for you.
Alrighty. That's a 17.
Alright, so you make it. The water kind of floats up from underneath the bridge and settles in a puddle on top of the planks, just in front of where Marcus is going to have to step.
In response to his question, say, no weapons. I wouldn't want to get my blade dirty with your blood.
Like you could land a hit on me.
I'm going to hand my cutlass to Quinn.
So Marcus takes 2 curved daggers out from behind his back, goes over to a nearby stump, and just thunk, embeds them in the stump. All right. Cracks his neck.
Awkwardly holding your cutlass for you. Okay.
Cracks his knuckles.
Man, hold it by the handle.
But she put it in my hands like this.
Hold it by the handle.
How
You're
How
gonna
do
cut
I-
your hand. Hold
do
it.
I
by
get
the
it to
handle.
my hands?
I walk over and I like lift it out of her hands and I say, "Take it by the handle."
Okay. Take it from him.
I walk back over to my position of observing.
All right. So, this will be a 2-person fight. We're going to go ahead and have you roll initiative, Claire, as you step onto the bridge.
And I will immediately use Danger Sense to reduce that difficulty by 1.
Okay. So,
That costs me 1 speed.
all right. And what'd you roll?
A 19.
You're going first, and as he sort of is bouncing around, getting ready to fight, he steps right into that puddle, and his feet go up from under him, and he lands right on his back, knocking his head. He will have a slight impairment for this battle after that. Oh, jeez. It didn't rain today, what the hell?
How close am I to him?
The bridge is about 20 feet long. You could close the gap very quickly if you wanted to attack him while he's on his back.
I definitely want to do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna just sort of deck him right in the face.
All right, so you rush up. Go ahead and give me a speed test. Difficulty
Okay.
for this test is 3.
3.
Yep. As you rush forward, getting ready to attack him while he's down.
I don't think I have anything to affect that, so...
All right, so you have to roll a 9 or better.
Alrighty. Two.
Oh, at least it wasn't a 1. As you charge forward, he sees you coming and rolls out of the way really quickly as your fist just boof hits the wood. Fortunately,
Hey there, Marcus.
as you say that though, he has rolled off of the bridge and has wheeled up and around the other side. He's going to attempt to swing back around and kick you off the bridge. So that's going to be another speed test, and difficulty on this one is a 4.
I believe that's is that speed defense?
It is speed defense.
I am trained in speed defense.
Okay, so you're attempting to dodge out of the way. So speed defense is lowered by 1 to a 3.
Fascinating to watch a character designed for combat. So unlike mine. Just ready for these situations where I would have already been taken out.
Alrighty. 7.
A 7. And difficulty of 4. No.
No, you
3.
lowered it to 3.
but
So you just missed it as he impacts you. You take 2 points of might damage as you are knocked over and not off the bridge, but to the side. As he stands up, watching the puddle, is going to get ready to move in and try to hit you again. What do you do?
Quinn's begun nervously eating the nuts from her bag.
Quick question. How wide is this bridge that we had a halfling able to like swing across? Is it just like a 3-foot wide walking
It's
bridge?
only about 3 feet wide at this point, yeah. Good question, though.
Do I have my rope on me?
I don't know, do you?
I would prefer to.
Answer to that question is yes.
Prefer to have kept it on me.
If the DM asks, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you got your rope on you.
Alrighty, I am actually gonna... I'm just gonna hold it in my hand for now, and... what I want to do is to try and catch his next strike, be that a punch or a kick with the rope.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and say he moves in to try to punch you as you kind of loop the rope and try to wrap it around his arm to catch it. I'll need you to make another speed test again here. We're going to set the difficulty again at 4.
Can I use my not work on this one?
You know what? Yeah, I will give you that. So difficulty 3.
I already love the soccer system.
I would also like to use some effort on this one.
All right. So because you do not have a, do you have a edge in effort, or sorry, an edge in speed?
I do have an edge in speed.
All right. So it costs you 2 points for that level of effort to reduce it to a difficulty 2.
Alrighty. Well, that's a 16.
Okay, that's definitely better than a 6. So you are good there. You wrap the rope around his arm as he doesn't connect the hit. And he, hey, no weapons, you said.
It's not a weapon.
While this is going on, Nelly's crew, what are you doing?
I'm getting nuts.
Probably
I
just
said.
I am deep in predictive equation. Watching both of the people that you've allowed me to watch.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about the twins. They got crossbows. I'll shoot them if I have to.
I'd probably have my shield out in front, just holding it to my chest, like.
I am making sure that this stays one-on-one, and that Marcus doesn't try and take it too far.
I mean, so far, yeah, it has stayed one-on-one.
I'm perfectly fine with Marcus defeating Nell because she wanted this. I'm not cool with him taking it too far, and I'm not cool with other people stepping in.
Okay. Yep. So far, nobody's made a move. You even have glanced over at the twins a couple times, and
Creep me out.
I mean, they are very creepy. They look exactly like.
Reminds me of a really old book I read called The Shining, I think it was called.
Yeah. Yeah. Tanya Nelson said they talked once in unison, and then Tanya Nelson went mad. So.
You guys remember Tanya? Yeah.
So, Coren, you do notice something.
Oh god.
The wood that they're standing on right now is a little weaker than the rest of it, and you're pretty sure that if Nell knew this, she could probably use it to her advantage right now.
Can I use my telepathy? I don't have that.
I could.
I was gonna say,
If I had taken it.
I don't think you have that, but
I don't think any of us took that.
Nope.
well, that's a suboptimal build.
I'm just gonna I'll just say out loud, really loud. I'll just say, this bridge sure looks old and weak.
Now, if Nell actually interprets that correctly is another matter. We'll find out.
Not a lot I can do without telepathy, so.
Yeah. All right, so
Specifically where they're standing, where are they standing on the bridge?
about halfway across the bridge.
So the middle looks like it's seen better days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the replaced timbers are starting to warp and rot from the constant flow of water underneath them.
How deep is the creek that flows under it?
Nobody knows. It moves so fast, and it's not incredibly wide. You got the bridge and everything, but a couple people have tried to cross it and drown because, as far as you can tell from right here where you're standing, there's no bottom. A little further down, it shallows out, but there's one rocky portion where you're standing. Could be 20 feet, could be 50. Who knows? So, Nell, Captain Nell, as you are holding the rope tight and trying to control where his arm is going, he's going to try to free himself. I need you to make a test. We're going to make this a speed-based test to try to maintain control of this fight. So we're going to set the difficulty at our 4. We can lower that for your not work by 1.
Okay.
Because you've already looped it into a hitch.
Right. I assume this wouldn't be then a speed defense at all either, but I don't know if I can use multiple skills.
You can use up to 2 assets, I believe, and I unfortunately will not count this as a speed defense, as you're trying to control the situation, not necessarily trying to get out of the way of it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot else I can do, but I will take advantage of the not work.
Okay.
And you said speed or might?
Speed. And actually, yeah, this one would probably be might, come to think of it, because you're trying to use your muscles. So, difficulty 3. Might test.
Difficulty 3?
Here we go. 9 or better.
I'm going to use effort.
Okay. And you don't have an edge in might, so it costs
I do have
you...
an edge in might.
You don't have it in intellect.
I don't have it in intellect. I have it in
Okay,
speed and might.
So, 2 points out of your might pool. Difficulty 2.
Alrighty. 13.
Good enough, yeah. Double what you needed. You maintain control. What do you want to do with the situation? You've just been reminded that some of the timbers are a little weak. One actually kind of flexes under your foot.
Well, I know what rotted wood looks like. I would like to, stomp a hole into the wood for Marcus to fall through.
Okay.
I would like to apply my instrument drums skill for my understanding of percussive blows. And perhaps my sailing small boat skill?
No, not sailing. But I will give you percussion. And you had an ally assist you with this, so that's going to lower it. It was going to be a 3, and now it's at a 1. So you have to roll a 3 or better to knock a hole in the bridge here.
Episode 1, we're already trying to break the system.
What's 13?
That's the fun part. Yeah, you're good. You knock one of the boards down into the drink, and it just takes off down the water. Marcus is a little off balance. He's going to try to free himself one more time. Might test difficulty 4 to try to maintain control.
Alrighty, and I'm going to use effort on that once more.
Okay, lowering it to a 3.
And that puts me at 6, mate.
This fight's taking it out of you a little bit.
I rolled a 4.
So he manages to pull his arm free from the knot and take a few steps back, kind of re-center himself. You almost had him. So close.
I almost lost your footing there, Marcus.
You wish. You almost lost your footing. Come on, we fighting or we talking?
I look over at Quinn and I go, he's clever.
Or she's still putting nuts in her mouth.
Okay.
Are we not doing phrasing?
No.
That was his action to escape.
Yeah, it was. So it is your action. What would you like to do?
You almost killed a man because you know how to play drums. This system's the best.
So what are you going to do, Nell? Oh, this is going to be good. You can tell.
Just say it. Just say it.
Just do it, man.
There's no way it's funnier than last time.
I want to intimidate him by reminding him of all the people who have died by drowning here. And I would like to use my history skill.
That's dark.
Wow.
That's right.
So
It's not
difficulty
funny, it's dark.
4. Difficulty 4 is lowered to difficulty 3 with your history skill. Go ahead and is there anything else you're going to try to Tyler, Coren notices something when this is said too. You're pretty sure he can't swim.
Sure, Marcus can't swim?
Yeah.
Cool.
Something in the body language. So, difficulty 3, intellect test,
I grin a little
clarity. What do you get?
19.
Which grants you a minor effect. Do you have a minor effect you would like to have happen?
I'd like to bust another board,
Okay,
if I can.
absolutely.
This isn't going to affect... Yeah.
bit. I like it. While you're like scaring him, you're breaking the bridge that he's standing on. That's great.
So what do you say exactly?
I think... I said, you know, Marcus, a lot of people have drowned from this bridge. And I'd like to list off the past couple of people known to have drowned here, like such and such last spring. Damien before that. You could join them.
Can I, since you said I noticed that, when she says that, can I just say out loud enough for him to hear, and I go, they knew how to swim.
And then you hear Ricky say, "Oh yeah, that's right, Marcus, you can't swim." Shut up, Ricky!
Ricky's on our side.
Oh, sorry.
Ricky's our new friend.
So, as you
No,
say
no,
this,
those are
your
best.
foot comes down and you break another one of the timbers on the bridge. He kind of takes an unconscious step back. He seems to be thinking. He's gonna actually miss his turn. What do you want to do?
Pressing my advantage, I think I'm gonna rush him. Try to just grab him by the shirt. And... I think sort of just shove him to the edge of the bridge, right up to the, railing. Is what
Okay.
I want to do.
Well, there isn't a railing, but you could dangle him over the edge.
Yep, that's what I want to do then.
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna Batman the guy.
Yeah.
We're
So,
Give him a-
so this is going to be a might test. Difficulty is only a 3 this time because you lowered it by intimidating him last round with your minor effect. And he's concussed, so that's
We're
a
just
9 or
gonna
better.
give it a flat roll. We're gonna
Alright.
give it a flat roll. 10.
Just barely make it. You grab onto him as he sort of wheels around. Ah! You dangle him over the side of the bridge. The twins both start to go for the crossbow, but they see Coren. They leave it. Ricky is about ready to move. There's a moment of tense silence, only cut by Marcus's very, very high-pitched screaming. Ah! Ah!
Do you submit?
Yeah, I give up.
I toss him back onto the bridge.
Okay.
What's my name?
Captain Nelly.
Don't forget it. I'm going to turn my back. Just turn my back straight towards him and walk off the bridge towards my friends.
All right, we're going to go ahead with a GM intrusion at this point. Clarity, do you accept the GM intrusion?
I do, because I think
Okay.
Nell's out of breath.
So, we have 2 points of experience on the table right now for you. The cipher system, I can do a GM intrusion at any time. On a natural 1, I have to do a GM intrusion. A player can spend experience points to say, no, we're not going to have that GM intrusion, is essentially making a situation bad, or if it's already bad, worse. And if they accept the intrusion, the player gets 1 experience point, and they get to gift an experience point to another player. So, Clarity, who will you be gifting your experience point to, and why?
I have to give it to Coren. He's been so useful in this fight. Invaluable in this
Fair
fight.
enough.
He's very tired of it.
So you can both go ahead and
Thank
grab
you.
the cards on Roll20 there, and I'll let you know what happens. So as you've turned your back and are walking across the bridge, you hop over the timbers that you broke, and then you hear this sound coming from the other side. You turn and look over your shoulder, and a large black bear has emerged from some nearby bushes, right by the twins, who quickly wheel around and shoot crossbow bolts at him. Ricky's got his club ready as they're all scrambling. What do you do?
I'm gonna go rush and grab my cutlass.
Okay, you dash across the rest of the bridge. What's everybody else doing?
Is the bear on the opposite side of the bridge?
Yep.
I'm just gonna yell out to the other people, not to my group, to the other people. There's a bear, run! Like with
There's
more,
a bite.
like with, you know, a little bit more authority and than Coren usually does, because it's a fucking bear, and he doesn't want anybody to get eaten or mauled or anything.
So Marcus on the bridge rushes towards your group and doesn't stop, just takes off running back towards the road. The others all scatter into the woods to the north. The bear chases after them. And then it's quiet. All you can hear is the sound of rushing water as the bear gets further and further away, crashing through the undergrowth of the woods, chasing after Ricky, who is carrying the halfling twins.
Marcus leave his daggers?
He did.
I'm gonna grab them.
Okay. Go over.
Sheath them in my belt behind me.
They're really nice, actually.
Oh, I know.
They're, you quickly identify them as kukri.
Oh.
Do you think they're gonna get away from the bear, or
I certainly hope so.
I think Nella's gonna try. As soon as she gets her cutlass, she's gonna go after them. Try
You're going to
help
charge
them.
off into the woods?
Coren is going to see her do this and step in front of her and go, "What are you doing?"
Well, we can't let the bear.
The
They're
bear
being-
might not get them.
I mean they've got weapons, and I mean Ricky's like bigger than the bear.
He is, actually.
They have crossbows. They have a person who's bigger than the bear with a club that's about the size of the bear.
Isaac, you know that this might be part of the bear's territory, and if they do scare it off, it's probably coming back here.
We need to leave.
Yeah, we're all good. I say we go home. That'll be fine. I'm sure.
But what about the truck?
There's a
Can you-
bear here.
I mean, it's went that way.
How far is the truck? Since I
That
kind of
way,
knew where
right?
it was.
Right? Are we going which way did the bear go?
Well, it's to the west in the Enchanted Woods, so it's probably about 2 miles.
If this is the bear's territory, is it outside the bear's territory? Probably.
Probably.
We either need to go home or go to the truck. This is a stupid conversation. What are we doing? We're literally in the middle of a bear's territory. The truck is probably not. We can go to the truck or we can go home. We need to go somewhere before the bear gets back.
Nell is probably out of breath at this point from the fight, so she's She's not arguing at this point. She's following everyone else's lead.
Refreshing. That was a bad joke.
Oh, I didn't.
I said refreshing. So.
Oh,
No. When you tell a joke, you say that's a good joke. You let people know.
That is a good joke.
There you go. We'll keep
Thank
working on it.
There we go.
Workshop this. Okay. So, what are you doing?
How much daylight do we got left?
You got a few hours left, so.
Isaac relents and figures like there's got to be something in that semi, because if it's a semi, it's carrying something. So
Can we at least find it and then maybe come back?
Let's make it quick. I got a hell of a hike home, everybody. You all know I live further.
We can find it, mark it, and then head home to check it out tomorrow?
Do I live the furthest away?
I don't think you do, actually. It's probably split evenly between you and the girls.
Okay. Well, my father hates me more than anybody you live with hates you, so I definitely need to be back before dark.
All right. So you quickly get a move on going westward then. And we're going to award Claire 2 experience points for winning that fight. Well done, Claire. And we're going to go ahead and take a break. We will be back in about 10 minutes with more After the Fall, and we're going to see if they can find this semi-truck dangling from the trees. So stick around. We got more fun coming up. Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you here. Thank you for sticking around during our break. We are back as I almost said the green team. Nope, wrong show. Continues their march further into the woods and away from the bear. So, Team Nelly? I don't know. Y'all need a
We
team.
don't have a team name yet.
You don't have a team
the
name yet.
crew
Okay.
of the Ramshackle.
Yeah, we have to establish a team name.
The Ramshacklers. No, I don't think so. No.
Please no.
So as you step through the forest path, Quinn, you get a very strong sense that you need to leave the path and go that way.
That way?
Yeah. Off the path.
Oh
Did
boy.
she say anything or just take off?
I have a feeling we should go this way.
This from
Just
your
like-
dream?
Just like one of those feelings I get.
All right.
All right. So the group leaves the safety of the forest path.
Yeah.
All right. So as you step into the woods, the undergrowth is pretty thick, but you're all relatively tall, big people, so you're able to cut through fairly easily. And about 20 feet in, the light shifts, the sound deadens, and you're in the Enchanted Woods. The trees are taller here. It's quieter, and there's a weird layer of fog kind of covering the ground. Some strange, forgotten bird cries out in the distance. Call you've never heard before. What do you want to do?
Do we see the semi yet?
No, and Quinn, you're getting the sense that you need to go this direction for a ways and then turn that way. You're sort of serving as a divining rod right now.
Yeah, I'm just kind of feeling it out here.
I
Trying
could
to
climb up a tree, take
call.
a look.
I do have binoculars, but this is a forest. I don't know if you think we could see over the trees? I don't think we could get high enough in the trees.
The trees are enormous.
Yeah.
100 or 200 feet high, straight up.
Oh,
I think if we just trust
Maybe
your
not.
instinct, we'll get there.
Yeah, and
You're the one who had the dream.
I'll take us. I'll take us as it feels until it feels wrong, I guess. Does that
It's a good rule of thumb.
sound okay?
And no one's ever died after that.
This feels wrong. Yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah,
as you
carry
continue to trek through the Enchanted Forest, what do you talk about?
Coren, I've been wondering, what is it your parents actually do?
Really? My mother is essentially she kind of takes care of some of the smithing and the gunsmithing and stuff like that for Pine Guard, and my dad is he's the bigwig there. He's the general of Pine Guard.
So, for reference, the general is actually in charge of all of the castle guard.
Not just in Pine Guard.
The entire Newcastle castle guard is under his command.
But does he actually do anything?
Why don't you ask him with that exact tone next time you see him? Yeah, for someone who has such high authority, he likes to spend his time checking stuff out and going. He likes to make surprise inspections. He very much, as general, delegates when he has to, but he very much feels it's his responsibility to keep everybody whipped into shape. He's never met a stick he couldn't shove far up his own ass.
I think he'd get along with my dad.
That tells me
I mean,
enough
your
about
dad's-
your tells me enough about your dad.
He's not that bad.
Is Quinn saying that to Coren?
Just out loud.
But are you referring to Coren's dad?
No, Nell's dad.
Okay.
He's not that bad.
What does your dad do?
Something with the poppies. I don't care. He gets in my way. That's what he does. He's just a pain in the butt.
This is why we hang out, apparently. I prefer hanging out with Isaac's dad because Isaac's dad leaves me alone and lets me work.
At least you got a dad. Which just looks down and just walks forward, a little sad.
At least you've got a mom.
Well, that's true.
And
Isaac has if this conversation wasn't already awkward for Isaac, he's just like
Coren just looks at Isaac unfazed and goes, "You got anything you want to add?"
so that semi, we close?
Quinn, you're pretty sure you are.
God, I hope so.
I think so.
Quinn, you're right. At least I do have a dad. You're welcome to him anytime.
Thanks.
So, as you have a moment of awkward silence fill the air, you come around this large rock, and there it is. exactly like Quinn sketched it. This large, big rig semi, suspended in the air between two trees by a series of vines, and you can see what probably was the remnants of a bridge at one point on this one side near the trees. How it got in the air? Who knows? But there it is. What do you want to do?
How dilapidated? Like, is there growth over it? Or, does it look like it's fairly new, or does it look like it's been there?
You look at it, kind of give it a quick once-over, appraising it. The cab itself, the windshield is busted out. One of the tires is somewhere, but it's not on it. You're guessing, based on the number of sparrows coming in and out of the grill, that the engine is probably not functional either. But the trailer itself looks very intact. Faded, but you don't see any holes or puncture marks. You can't see the back side of it or the far side of it just yet, because it's kind of hanging at an angle, almost jackknifed up a little bit. But from what you can see, it looks intact. It's got the word something Mart on the side of it. Whatever that is.
Would Isaac know enough about... I guess, like, assuming Isaac would know enough about the old ways. His parents are so into it that he would recognize that Mart, that term, at least means that it's some kind of dry goods or some kind of goods.
Yeah, probably.
Upon closer... Go ahead.
How high up was it suspended?
I mean, it only looks to be about 20 feet off the ground, and to answer your question, Tyler, you're about 100 feet away from it right now.
Closer inspection.
All right.
Would you like to use my binoculars?
Sure. Thank you.
All right, so you take the binoculars and you scan it from where you're currently standing.
Do I have a
Isaac?
decent look at it from where I'm standing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look.
Again, you can't speak for the far side. Clarity, what were you saying?
Just to show off, Nell's gonna pull out her spyglass. Maybe pose on a rock, but she's not actually looking. She's looking at it, but she doesn't know exactly what to look for.
Coren, Castle Guard training kicks in. You got the binoculars. You take a couple steps forward. You bring them up. You're looking out at this strange sight when all of a sudden you hear crunch, crunch, crunch. The sound of boot hitting rock, and then as you turn and look, and Nelly is right next to you. Spyglass extended. What's up?
I just go back to looking.
And yeah, you confirm Isaac's assessment. The trailer looks very intact. You also spot something glinting in the... not sunlight, because there's really not any sunlight in here, but there's something glinting on the dashboard.
Well, let's get a closer look at it. We're here.
Did you see anything?
There's something in the dashboard, or on the dashboard. Other than that, I mean, I can't really tell anything about it. It looks to be... How high up did it seem to be suspended?
The lowest point, because it's kind of at an angle, the lowest point right where the back tires of the cab would be is about 20 feet off the ground by your estimation.
It's at a slight angle, and it's about 20 feet off the ground. Anything that's not belted down inside will have slid to the front. So there's a lot of weight in the middle.
So, you're getting a closer look? right, who's leading the way?
Probably Isaac. He's just, now that he's seeing it in person, the first thing he can think about is just getting right up as close as he can to assess it.
So, Isaac, you're looking right at this thing and keep looking further up as you go closer and closer. I'm going to need you to make a speed defense roll for me.
Oh, boy.
And that's going to be a difficulty of 3.
Okay. And sadly, I was not prepared for combat. All my stuff is
well, it's not combat.
Or I guess like non-science nerd.
Fair
All
enough.
right.
He's not physically active.
I got 12.
Okay, that's good enough. As you go to take a step forward only about 20 feet away from it, your foot doesn't hit the ground. It just keeps going a little bit until it finally does, and you start to pitch forward down a very steep and dark ravine. And you're able to throw yourself back as you hit the ground, panting. Getting a closer look at this ravine must have been what that bridge was going over. It's overgrown. You're not really sure how far down it goes. The light's not helping. You can actually even see fireflies kind of flitting through the air down below. And you're pretty sure there's thorn bushes down there. So not only is it suspended in the trees, but it is suspended over probably at least 100-foot deep ravine.
Well, this just got harder.
It just a bit.
As we're walking that
yeah.
way, I'm gonna hand Quinn back her binoculars, and I'm gonna look at her and say, "Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel bad about my parents or your parents."
It's fine. He was gone before everything happened anyway. I haven't even known him at all, so it's nothing to miss. If you never had it, right?
Well, I'm still sorry if it made you feel bad.
Well, I'm sorry your dad's a dick.
So am I.
Yeah.
Here, let's go see if we can stop
Okay.
Isaac from falling into the ravine.
Yeah. Is the trees that are holding on the ends, are those in the ravine or are those?
No, all the trees are anchored up on the top of the ridge. So
Okay.
yeah. And the closest one to you currently, you could probably climb it. It's big, like very, very big around. Maybe if you were to walk all the way around it, 20 feet. And very tall. You can't really even see the top of it for the various layers of canopy. But those vines seem to snake up the tree and wrap around it and are connected further off into this jungle. And those vines are very thick too, actually, come to think of it. I mean, they're like a foot in diameter. You could probably cross that. Probably.
So do we dare send anybody up there that's no offense, you guys are quite large.
There's the vines.
I don't know how strong they are.
And
Can I get a sense for it?
Yeah. They're pretty strong. They're holding up a semi.
No. Does it look like they're straining at all, or does it look like they've got it pretty good?
They've got it pretty good by the looks of it.
Can I analyze find the best way to use the vines as a means of getting up there?
Sure.
Like, is there enough
Let's
way to find out, like...
Let's go ahead and do an intellect test.
Right.
We're going to
Could I
set the difficult...
use my researcher? Would researcher apply for here, or is that not the same?
Researcher is more knowing where to find things and look them up and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably work with one of your teammates to lower this if you wanted.
Can I help him with my engineering?
I mean, you both kind of have engineering, I think. But yeah, if you want to work together, that'll lower it from a 3 to a 2.
All right. Good, because I rolled an 8.
Just enough. Wow, yeah, if you hadn't worked together. Yeah, no, you're pretty sure if you go up this tree and across, that vine will get you to the cab, and then you can see what's in the cab. You can probably cross over the top of it and then down onto the back to open it up and see what's inside. That's the safest way.
I do have the ability to scan the inside, like an item. It says, but I have to be close to it. It says, scan an area equal in size to 10 feet cube, including all objects or creatures within that area. The area must be short range. It will reveal its level or like dangerous. What's maybe inside it, like if there was poisonous gas or something inside it.
I don't think there's any poisonous gas inside.
I could try and
I don't know. It depends on what.
Scan it the closer we get to it, just to kind of get a feel for what's inside.
Depending on which mart it's going to, it could be damn near anything.
But I have to be close, so I guess I'll have to climb.
Yeah, you're a little far away to use that ability. You're pretty sure there's stuff inside, though. So
well, we found the truck, guys. We should probably get back.
I thought we were going in it.
I was never. No. We said maybe
what's
we'd come
the light
back.
look like now? How much?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Because you're in the Enchanted Forest.
How long were we? How long did it take us to walk there?
Oh, not even like 30 minutes.
Okay.
So
we probably got like an hour. Or...
You're surely not thinking of climbing over onto the truck that is suspended above the ravine.
If it helps, I could probably cut it loose and it'd fall into the ravine, and then we just have to climb down.
Into the thorns?
Looks down and says, "No, that would not help."
Also damaged. You'll damage it.
Anything inside that truck will be rendered useless. I can salvage some stuff, but I'm not. But climbing down there's a death sentence.
Agreed. I feel like that.
Climbing over to it's a death sentence as well.
What?
These trucks on average weigh about probably 80,000 pounds.
Okay.
That's 4 tons hanging above a ravine by what appear to be magical vines.
Then it seems fine and strong and sturdy, right?
That whole sentence, seems fine to you? That sentence seems fine.
Yeah?
Looks sturdy to me.
I mean, if you want to stay on the ground, you're welcome to stay on the ground.
Thanks.
I'm gonna climb it. She takes her skirt and ties a knot between her legs so she can start climbing without getting her dress in the way. She's like, I'm ready.
I turn to Isaac and I say, is it considered a good friend if I shoot her in the leg so that she can't do stupid shit like this? Like, that's a good friend, right?
It depends on how you define good, I guess.
If Quinn's going now...
Not what I asked. Unhelpful.
Do it fast. What if we just do it really fast? Like, just to see what it is and we can come back?
What do we all have in our packs? Let's at least be safe about this. What do we have in our packs? Let's see if we can come up with anything to make this a little bit safer.
The most useful thing I have is my rope.
Perfect.
I've got 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, I've got a lantern to help her see into the cab so she doesn't have to get into it.
That's helpful.
I have a flashlight, which might actually be easier to carry.
Exactly.
She's like digging through her I've got a deck of playing cards. could use it to, if it's like I could pick the lock with it. Is that is that how you pick locks? As cards?
I have a
No.
I have a knife
No.
that's been worn down, and I actually have a padlock
I'm-
with keys.
I mean, I
think
also
that
have a
might be better.
dagger, but
Try that before you try the cards.
oh, okay. It's not I mean, breaking into stuff isn't like my expertise or anything.
But you're volunteering to go though.
I mean, I want to see what's inside.
If she dreamed about it, it has to be something good, right? We're practically guaranteed success.
Something. There's got to be something. I wouldn't
No.
be drawn to it, would I?
There's a difference between guaranteed success and guaranteed something good being in that truck. There's more than likely something really good in that truck. Okay, so we have rope.
Okay.
I got some duct tape.
I got more duct tape.
Got plenty
Okay.
of duct tape.
Great.
I have a flashlight.
We make a bridge out of duct tape.
That
don't
would
have
take
that
us
much duct
probably a
tape.
long time and a lot of duct tape.
What if we use the rope as an anchor? That way, in case something happens, we got a hold of Quinn while she checks the cab, takes a look, scans the trailer, and then just comes right back. And we go home.
How much rope we got?
50 feet.
How far is it from for GM? How far is it from like the tree to the front of the cab?
You need to go about 25 feet up and then maybe 15 feet over.
All right, so it's about 25 feet up, 15 feet over. Somebody start minusing from 50.
That
From
would
the-
be 15 extra feet of rope, because that would be 35.
I could stay in the tree with the rope.
From the front. Okay, fine. Let's X out the feet up. So we'll keep it at 15. This truck looks to be about, I'm guessing, typical semi truck. It's probably about 60, 70 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Dewhead, thank you very much for all the gifted subscriptions. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 6 of them. Wow.
5. Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's less impressive somehow.
It's one less.
No, it's still good.
It's 5 is great.
Still
Thank
good.
you very much, Dewhead. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. So we have enough rope for you to get about halfway over there.
Well, all I need to do is get close enough to kind of scan it and see the feel for what's inside, and then we can head home and come back with more supplies.
Okay. I'm sure I could come up with something if I had access to either my workshop or the workshop at school. I'm sure I could come up with something. But yeah, a little limited right now. But fine, let's use the rope.
And she can
For you to
scan
get close.
from the cab, probably close enough, just to get an idea of a thing that's inside there.
There's something in the cab on the dash. It was shiny. It might be keys.
Hmm.
So
That'd
it
be
might be keys to
useful.
the back.
We could come back with more rope tomorrow too. We'd all go over there.
Let's get more than rope. If we're coming back.
Like, I mean, yeah, we can grab.
Like, we should definitely get
All sorts of
more
supplies.
rope, but we should get other things too.
So Quinn, expedition go! I get out the rope.
That's not our... Nope.
All right.
So, am I climbing this to get closer to get the? Am I trying to get the keys now?
I mean, just... Well, you're getting close enough to scan to see what's in it, and then we'll
'Cause
we'll
I-
take it from there.
Technically, I don't think I'll have to climb on top of it if I get to the the front cab, I'm within range to just scan the back of it, where most of it would have slammed to the back of it, right?
That's perfect.
Right.
Less
Or the front of
danger
it,
for
I
you.
guess. Front, back, yeah, the front of
yeah.
it, because it's like this.
Right.
All right, so Quinn, you're climbing the tree to hold on to the rope. Or
I think
Quinn,
Yes.
you're. Let's tie the rope
Nell is
to
climbing
you.
up with me,
Let's tie the rope
and
to
then
you.
I'm climbing across.
How climbable does the tree look?
Very.
How climbable does the tree look to a person with my speed pool and might pool?
Not very.
Well, I'm slower than you, so
I was just thinking about climbing up there and also holding the rope. So there's 2 people holding the rope. I'll attempt to climb, and if I can't, I'll just stay on the ground after they're up.
The two of us could stand at the base of the tree so Nell can have the rope up there. If Nell loses grip, then the 2 of us will have the rope in case something happens.
That's fair. If you're not climbing onto the truck, then we can technically hold the rope down here. You don't need all 50 feet. So sure, we'll do that.
All right.
So
We're
I'm
gonna do
not
this, and then
climbing
you
up.
guys don't ask me to do any other things for a week. That's the deal. You don't ask me to do any other stuff like this for a week.
like
Except for coming back tomorrow, right?
That
Yeah.
counts as this. That's
Oh,
all one thing. I finish the things I start. No, I don't.
What?
Deal.
When-
Finish
That's what
this.
came on.
I'll
when
finish
do I
this.
ask you to do things?
I'll finish the. You want to do this right now? You want to do this right now? Put this whole friendship out on the table right now. How many dreams have you had that talked about us going someplace?
I mean, you want me to consult my book?
No, I don't need you to because I've been
Okay.
to almost all of the places because you always asked. Somebody tie the rope around her.
I shall tie the rope around her.
Thank you.
All right.
Utilizing
I
your
hand-
knot skill that we've established you have, you are able to easily secure Quinn.
I hand the end to Isaac and I hold on to one end. I was like, all right, we got it down
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I do that little bit where I put the rope around my wrist so I have a better grip on it.
You think it'll help? Maybe.
I do the thing where I wrap it around my shoulder and
Oh, that-
elbow. So
That's the thing I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I do the
you're-
thing that won't cut my wrist off if she falls and all of the weight goes into the rope.
Pulls your hand off.
Yeah.
Nell's a little bit bored at the moment, so she's just going to start throwing rocks into the ravine crevice.
Gonna see how
Okay.
deep it is. Start climbing, I guess.
He's going to drop big rocks and watch them break into the thorns.
Hell, I need you to focus. My best friend's about to climb over this ravine.
Okay. I've made a note. So who's going up?
The thorns are gonna murder us. I'm climbing.
All right. Go ahead and give me a might test. Difficulty is set at 2.
Can we give her a boost? Can we give her a boost halfway up or something?
Can they lift me the 6 feet of their
Exactly.
body?
We're all pretty
Yes.
tall.
Yes.
So difficulty 1.
Heck
You roll your eyes, but then she's gonna roll like a 7.
yeah. What do I have? Oh no! I rolled a 6.
Well, it was only difficulty 1, so you only needed a 3. So you're good.
Yeah,
You said 7, and I did worse.
that was just me throwing a number out there. I
Tyler
didn't-
said 7. He's
I
not
know,
the
that's
DM.
no, that's what I'm saying. As I said, Tyler said 7.
I didn't think you'd roll lower than that.
That's
well,
the other
I
game.
did.
All right. So, yeah, you not easily. This isn't a breeze, but I mean, there's a climbing wall at school. And you've had to endure the indignity of that and climbing ropes and stuff, or climbing ropes, as you've not really made it very far on that one. But you get to the branch, and you're able to kind of steady yourself. And it's a lot wider than you thought it would be. It's almost 3 feet wide. It's as wide as the bridge was.
Okay. I'll probably still crawl. I'm not gonna like stand up.
Okay.
Get across. I'll
So
crawl
you
my way
crawl
across.
a little bit so that other people
Yeah.
can get up. Who else is going up?
I think it was just Nell.
Just
Yeah,
Well, it was
no,
just Quinn.
Just
You guys just said it was just Quinn going up, and you were holding the rope over here.
No, we said we were going to hold the bottom and you were going to hold it up at the top. That way, if you lost
Oh,
your grip, we
I
got it.
misunderstood. I misunderstood. I will be climbing up as well.
That's fine. You were throwing rocks into the ravine.
Yeah, you were throwing rocks into the thorns.
Causing the
Very
eventual
important
death
work.
of this party, apparently.
so as Quinn gets to the top, Nell has been looking out the ravine, and Nell, give me an intellect test. We're gonna put this at a difficulty 6.
Oh no.
Oof. That's
Oh no.
an 18?
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything that you would like to use as an asset? Or would you like to spend some effort?
Well, I don't have any edge in intellect, so I don't know if that. Well, I would have to spend 3.
3. Yep.
Exactly.
What am I doing? Am I perceiving something?
Yeah, it's a perception test, essentially.
I mean, technically, I could pull my spyglass out.
Not really a
if I
reason
s-
for it.
Yeah, I don't know why I would have started to do that, so.
It's kind of a passive thing just to see if you notice. It's not something very
Yeah, I'm just-
noticeable.
I'll just give the roll and see
Just
what
do your
happens.
best.
It's a 7.
So,
So whatever it is, I am not aware.
this ominous music swells up around Quinn as the camera pans over her shoulder and looks down the ravine. And then suddenly... Or not Quinn. Nell.
Yeah.
Over Nell's shoulder, looking down the ravine as Nell... You're tossing another rock, and you hear... Nell, get up here! You come in, you turn, and head to the tree as the music just dissipates. Okay, so we're going to need a Might 2 test to get up the tree.
Need a short campaign?
TPK.
Reroll characters now.
I already got
We're
2.
just.
Yeah, I got others.
It's an 11.
An 11 gets you up the tree very quickly. You find the handholds that you need. You weren't even watching Quinn go up, and you actually took almost the same exact path, but you made it look good. So,
I've got a little bit more reach.
yeah.
That's the
Much
difference
more
between Quinn and Nell. Nell makes this look good.
So you're up to the top. You have the rope. Quinn, are you crossing?
Yeah, she'll start shimmying across,
Okay.
crawling along it towards the cab.
The branch does kind of narrow out the closer you get to the cab, but it almost seems to go right to the top of it. At its narrowest point, it's like... It's too narrow, but there's those vines you could probably stabilize yourself on. This is going to be another speed test.
Okay.
Difficulty is going to be 3 this time.
Would my wilderness thing give me anything from this? I mean, I got
Your wilderness thing. Expand
yeah,
on
my
that.
class, my wilderness club I'm in. Would that have given me anything? I think I only got the wilderness scouts. That's what it was.
Yep, you are part of the Wilderness Scouts. However, this is sadly not a merit badge that you have
Damn
yet.
it.
You know in the Wilderness
Yeah, I just
Scouts
have-
when they teach you how to shimmy across
How
like
they
a-
teach
a
you
ti-
how to
like
climb.
a tightrope.
Exactly. When they send you across a 100-foot ravine for that merit, this is your survival merit
Come
badge.
on.
Surviving, you get it.
All right. Well, I don't think I have really anything.
So difficulty 3, you need a 9 or better.
My goal is to just.
Survive.
I'm just trying to get like a better hold, or I'm trying to get to a better branch. Is that what I'm trying to do?
You're trying to get to the cab.
I
Crossing the
might.
branch.
I'll pull my dagger out and kind of use that as something that I could like stab into the next branch I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
To like just to give me something as a like a stronger hold.
All right, I'll allow that. So it's now
So
a
that
2.
okay. I'm stabbing the branches, guys.
We'll find out how effective it is.
Oh, that's a 20.
Hey!
That's a nat 20.
So,
Whoop, 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 whoop.
in addition, with a nat 20, congratulations, first nat 20 of the campaign,
Hell yeah.
you get a major effect in addition to succeeding. I have an idea for one, but if you have a major effect you would like to propose or have instead,
No, I'll take your idea.
Is
Okay.
teleporting into the back of the truck.
Yeah,
Goes in.
I phase through and just.
Turns
Well,
out
first
Quinn
off-
has been Nightcrawler this whole
Yeah,
time.
she just night crawlers into the truck.
you get the dagger out, you kind of stab at the branch, you miss, and you kind of fall a little bit. And as you do, you slide along the vine on your feet, maintaining your balance by wildly gesticulating through the air. And you get to the cab. You just
Great.
Tarzaned it.
Yep.
All three of us just panicking while watching.
Yeah, we just all tense up like no. Okay, good.
Nailed it.
As you get to the cab, you notice something on the vine. You look, and as it's creeping along the edge of the truck, almost grabbing onto the metal, you notice this little curly sprout that has what looks to be a bean pod currently sprouting off of it.
Oh yeah, she's gonna take that.
Okay, you reach out, pluck it. It's no more. It's about the same size as like a snow pea pod, but much more fibrous, darker green, little red flecks on it. But you kind of tuck it away in one of your pockets, and I've made a note.
I've got lots of those.
Why is Quinn getting all the loot?
Because she climbed the tree.
Because I'm a loot goblin secretly in disguise as a halfling.
She's two she's just a loot goblin with a face mask.
So, Quinn, you're on the cab of the truck on the roof. You could edge forward to try to get down to the broken windshield, or you could lower yourself down the side and try to open a door. What would you like to do?
Does you said the windshield is broken,
Mhm.
like fully broken,
Mm-hmm.
not non-existent.
It's still there for the
Or-
most part, but there's a large hole where it seems to have been shattered outwards.
Okay. From what I can tell, is the hole near? Like, can I see the shiny thing that Coren saw
Not from
from
this
where
angle.
I'm at?
Did you
This
say it looks
angle.
like the windshield, there's a hole in it and it was shattered outward?
Yes.
Oh, the driver of this truck, it did not end well for the driver of this truck, it sounds like.
Oof.
Nah. Sure, it's fine.
It's fine. There's little red stains along the
Like,
sides
while
of the
we're
hole.
holding this, Coren notices that, looks at the windshield and just goes, like, hits him like what probably happened to the driver.
Find anything yet?
I'm trying to figure out on the. I'm on the top of it.
Mhm.
I'll probably would try to go towards the window and not try to get in one of the doors because I'm sure
Okay.
those would be covered by vines, and just try and see if I can see inside the broken hole.
So because it's kind of pitched at an angle, you're able to kind of slide down the top of the cab and your feet hit the hood, which causes all the sparrows inside to erupt out as a large cloud of birds takes the sky and up into the canopy.
Mm.
I would like Coren and Isaac to give me a perception test. That's going to be a difficulty 6 intellect task. If you have any assets you would like to use for a passive perception test, by all means.
No, in fact, I think that's initiative actions. I was going to say, I think wide-eyed.
Difficulty
messes with
7.
No, that's just initiative.
Okay.
Oh wait, the difficulty of any task to hear or notice dangers around you is increased by 1 step.
7 difficulty for you.
Okay.
That's
I
me-
can't make that. That's a 21.
A 20 will actually still make it, but
Is
Okay.
passive perception on? Is it the same thing Nell was like? Is it just for like the ravine, or is it specifically the truck? Or
it's something.
can I use my identifying skill?
You're focused on the truck?
Just for the you're wanting to make a passive perception, so I'm just if I can.
Well,
use
if you're
my
using your
identifying
identifying skill, that's got to be a focused thing.
Oh, then
If you think it might
so-
be the truck, then you could use it.
Sure.
All right. I will lower your difficulty 1 and raise your difficulty 1. Go ahead and make your rolls.
Yay.
So
Oh boy.
Tyler needs a 15 or better. John needs a 20.
Hey, 16.
No pressure.
16.
16.
Okay.
17.
17, not quite enough. Isaac, you're fixated up there. And you're watching this. Both of your hearts just pounding in your chest. And Coren, you feel something on your boot. You look down, and there's a very colorful snake currently crossing over the toe of your boot. And then you kind of look. There's more of them coming up from the... There's dozens. Cresting the ravine, there's more of them coming. Oh shit, you've got a
What
swarm
kind of
of
snakes do they look like?
How well versed in wilderness lore or wood lore are you? You have a skill?
Why'd it have to be snakes?
Exactly.
I do have direct experience, so I'm trained in all actions that involve remembering or memorizing things you've experienced directly. Is it a snake I've seen before because I take a lot of walks? So
It is not a snake you've seen before. It's much more colorful and bigger.
bigger, like how big?
Like, the one that crossed your boot is not very big. It's only 3 feet long, but one just crested up. That's got to be 7 feet long. How one's even bigger? They're getting bigger.
How aggressive do they look?
They're coming right at you two.
Cool. Snakes. A lot of snakes. A lot of snakes. Snakes, 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 snakes.
What do you do?
Without letting go of the rope, but also without because we're on like one side of the tree. I'm at least gonna try and like scoot behind the tree or something.
Exactly.
So they are kind of splitting off. Part of them are going after Isaac, part of them are going after Coren.
Wait, because we'd be like right next to each other, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Because we're both holding the rope.
Yeah.
So we're both going behind the tree or something, I guess, to try and avoid the snakes.
So they're following. What are you gonna do? They're getting more
I just
aggressive.
call out, I go, hey, Nell, I need you to really hold on to the rope for a second, and I'm gonna kind of back off and get my rifle ready and kind of go off and curve away a little bit to see if they're continuing to follow me.
I try to keep the rope around my arm still while essentially using the wooden shield as like a barrier between me and whatever snakes come around.
Okay.
Can
Claire.
I see what's going on down there?
Oh yeah. Once they said it, yeah, you can see there are a lot of them. Something must have really pissed them off.
God damn it.
Can't imagine what.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
And yeah, I just yell up to Quinn, no rush or anything, but yes, rush, please hurry.
I would like to yell down, would fire help?
No! I yell back.
I will just keep a firm grip on the rope.
Please do.
Okay, so Coren, you're sort of leading part of them away.
Leading them away from the tree for a specific reason if they're following me.
They are.
I would love it if they weren't. They are?
Yeah, some of them are starting to hang back and are sort of coiling up around to where Isaac is. Isaac, you're kind of surrounded back against the tree. The shield is protecting you somewhat as some of them are rearing up. They strike out, they hit the shield. But, I mean, it's only a matter of time before they are...
Isaac, did you stay by the tree?
I'm still by the tree.
Isaac, move away from the tree and you owe me some supplies. This way.
Is there an opening, or am I completely surrounded?
You're very surrounded. You could try to vault off the top of the shield over the snakes. That's going to be a speed test. Or you can try to pick up the shield and just bolt, and that'll also be a speed test.
I know what I'm doing either way. I just want to see what he does.
Could I pull out the pike and do the shield and pike thing and just push through?
So you're going to plow your way through the snakes.
Yeah.
That will be a lower difficulty might test, actually. Good thinking.
Okay.
The only
what
thing
do I
him
need?
and my characters are good for, so...
Yeah.
Difficulty 2 might test. And I've already applied the assets you're using to that. So
Okay.
either 6
so
or better.
difficulty 2. I think. Oh, well. Here's hoping. Hey, that's a nat 20.
Look at us
Okay. Natural 20. Might defense test. What would you like your major effect to be?
Probably like when I pull out the pike and it like is at its full length, I just scream and it freaks the snakes out and they kind of disperse.
You intimidate the serpents. They part before you as you push your shield against the ground like a giant wooden mop. And you make it over to where Coren is. But they are starting to regather and follow towards you.
Alright, I just get right in Isaac's face and I go, I didn't want to have to use this. You will reimburse me. And I grab one of the smoke bombs, knowing that snakes have a very intense sense of smell, and that they very much do not like smoke and stuff like that. You said there's a bunch of them, right?
It's a swarm.
Yeah, so I just like...
You know what? It's more than a swarm. It is a horde of snakes.
Cool. I just throw the smoke. This is why I moved away from the tree as well. And I just, boom, smoke bomb just right in the middle of the horde.
Right. You throw it. It hits for a second. There's a little sound before this cloud of smoke envelops the ground and sort of rises into the air slightly before sinking back down, creating this obscured cloud. Nell, from where you're standing, there was a boom, and then you can't see them anymore. You can hear the snakes, though, and you can see some of them starting to slither back towards the ravine. Quinn, you heard the boom, which scared the rest of the sparrows out of the hood. You can't see it's smoky down there now. What happened? You're really not sure.
Is everything okay?
Focus on the task at hand.
Okay.
Get the shiny and
Yeah, she'll go back to looking in the...
Get the shiny, quit pissing off the animal kingdom, whatever you're doing.
Okay. So as you look into the cab, you notice a couple things right away. In fact, not keys on the dashboard. No. There is a large silver compass on the dashboard. There is also a very faded but still functional dashboard ornament of a hula girl. And You also notice a clipboard on the dashboard.
Okay.
So, there we go. Cipher table. You also see one thing, the thing that was causing the shiny. I would like you to roll a D100.
Ooh.
And I would like, Claire, could you roll me a D6?
A D6.
Mm-hmm.
I minused a smoke bomb from my inventory.
Gonna be it'll be a D, 10 with it as well, right? If I use this size, I don't have like a full.
Yeah, if it's a D10, you can use that as a D100. That's fine. How do you not have a D100? They're hard to find or something?
Yeah, I don't know. 55.
55 and clarity.
2.
2. All right. Column 1, 55. You find the source of that shiny. It wasn't the compass. It wasn't the hula girl. It wasn't the clipboard even. Those actually had some leaves and stuff on top of them. But directly hanging from the rearview mirror, there's a set of slightly glowing handcuffs.
Kinky.
Slightly glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, wait
I mean,
a second.
I'll.
Oh, no, I misread that. There is a grenade hanging from the rearview mirror.
A grenade?
That's
Instead of-
very different.
Is it
Instead of
glowing
slightly
too?
glowing
Entirely different
handcuffs,
things.
there's a grenade.
Oh, fantastic.
So the thing I rolled was detonation. I read it as detention.
Oh.
So,
Okay, but is it glowing?
yeah, it is.
Okay.
You have found the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll grab as much of that stuff and put it in my messenger bag.
Okay. The light's starting to get a little dark.
I'll very carefully put the grenade in its own pocket inside my bag, though. It gets its own special pocket.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
You won't want to, you're going for some snack nuts or something and you pull the pin
And pull a
accidentally.
grenade. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. It's good. I have I have a little enclosed pocket inside, and I close the button on the pocket and close it in so it doesn't fall out either. Well, I'll
Okay.
gather all of those items into my bag and start looking to climb back out.
All right. It's going to be... There's some sort of kerfuffle happening. You see, Nell looks a little more bothered than usual. Not worried, because it's hard to make Nell worried. And Nell, for your part, you're up a tree. What the snake's going to do? Learn to climb. But it's going to be a little bit harder getting back across from where you are now. It's going to be a difficulty 4 speed test.
Don't forget you've got to scan too.
You go scan.
Oh yeah. I did want to scan the truck
Okay.
The trailer.
trailer.
Is there a cost to that ability?
Yeah, it says costs 2 intellect.
So you push a hand against the back of the cab, and you're pretty sure you're stretching your mind out. You think you can sense that there is, in fact, some stuff in the back, but not a lot. Maybe a pallet, maybe 2. It's tough to tell from here, but you are sure the back is not open anywhere. It is still sealed. It is still intact. So whatever is in there is probably still good.
Right.
All right. So difficulty 4 for crossing back over to Nell, as there's now this
Is there any
giant
way-
smoke cloud underneath you.
Is there any
Okay.
way I can help out with that?
How would you do that?
Or is she climbing up to me, or is it across to me?
Across.
Alright, and yeah.
I mean, I definitely continue to use my dagger as like a
Well, you're on the
pole
vines
and
now.
climb
Have the snakes
if I can.
dispersed?
It's tough to tell with all the smoke.
There's a lot of smoke.
You're able to kind of make your way around the edge of the smoke and get back to the other side of the tree. And there aren't any snakes there, but you still hear a lot of slithering and hissing.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the rope.
I got a 7.
I'm gonna grab the rope and keep an eye out for other weird shit.
Okay.
Is the
I'll
best
probably
way I
just
can
have the
describe
shield and
that.
pike, just in case something tries to come up from behind us.
All right, sounds good. You're playing defense as Coren's getting ready to play catch, just in case. And sorry, Quinn, did you roll yet?
7.
A 7
Oh,
on a
fun.
difficulty 4, so no.
But did I get
Unfortunately-
1 -1 for the dagger?
Yeah,
Make it a difficulty 3.
it does, but that requires a 9. You can
Shucks.
people can spend experience points for a reroll.
I don't have any experience points.
Your teammates do.
Oh,
I will expend an experience point. For
Go ahead and drag it onto the table, and I will collect it.
okay. Thanks.
And that is going to be a reroll then. Go ahead and reroll.
That's the same thing.
Oh no!
It was destiny. I had to happen.
Then it is fated.
Get
It's
a-
faded.
Get a different die.
I did change dice.
Gotta change it again. That one failed.
Put it in. Put it in detention.
You
Those are
slip,
2 different dice.
Quinn, and you are now dangling 4 feet from the branch as the rope is caught. And Nell, you're holding on fast, as is Coren down below.
Mhm.
How do you want to do this?
Did I at least get a dagger in?
Your dagger is stuck in the tree, actually.
I don't have a hold on it though.
No, it's up. It's 4 feet away from you.
Okay.
Isaac, grab the rope. Isaac, grab the rope. Isaac.
Isaac kind of plants the pike behind him and reaches and grabs onto the rope.
Okay. You all are holding. She's not slipping anywhere now.
How far out are we from the edge?
So it's 25 feet up from to the branch, and you are about 15 feet from where she slipped.
Okay. So how's the... So is the rope going out and then falling down?
Mhm.
Or something?
Can I physically reach the vines at all, or am I dangling?
No,
where
you're
I can
dangling.
reach? Okay.
You're actually
How is
upside
the-
down.
My question is, how is the rope caught on the edge there?
So you're sort of situated on one side of the branch, and it's kind of across the branch lengthwise, and there was this knot that it's sort of wedged between, catching her.
Okay. And if she were to swing towards the she would. So is she above the edge of the cliff then? If she were going to go to the edge of the cliff, is she above it?
She's about there, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go to the knot. I'm gonna yell down to Coren to hold on tight. I'm gonna push the rope over the knot so that she swings back towards the tree.
Okay. Okay. So, in fact, you do swing towards the tree very quickly. You dip down into the top layer of smoke. You're not really sure what's about to happen, and then you feel thud as, Quinn, you hit the tree. Some of the bark falls off. You take a point of might damage.
Okay. Do I remove that from the current
Yes.
or the pool?
Yep.
The current. And thankfully your grenade didn't go off. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome to our first and final session. Everybody died because
For
of a
Quinn.
grenade.
So
No, I'm next to the tree too. If that grenade went off,
you're in this
and then
cloud
I'm guessing
of
the tree
smoke.
would just go over and Nell would fall into the ravine.
You're in this
that's
cloud.
TPK.
Yeah. You're in this cloud of smoke. And you're gripping the tree, Quinn, and you hear slithering and hissing. You're not really sure what's going on. You hear your friend's voice calling to you.
Do I hit like so we were
did I
holding?
hit upside down? Am I upside down still?
No, it righted
just-
you as you kind of flipped
I
halfway
swung
through
in
the
like
arc.
face plant, like Tarzan face plant over
George of
George of the Jungle. Yes.
Since I was by
George
the
of the
tree,
Jungle, yes.
since I was by the tree and she hit the tree, I know where she is at this point. Essentially, close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I untie her from the rope.
You feel something grappling you and like
It's me,
pulling
it's
at your
me,
harness.
it's me.
It's Coren. You're able to quickly get her down off the tree. Everybody relaxes, takes a breath. The snakes have dispersed quite a bit. There's still some of them up here, but they're disoriented. The smoke, though, is starting to waft down into the ravine. Nell, what would you like to do?
Well, presuming I climbed out of the tree,
All right. That's going to be a difficulty 1 speed test.
I pulled Quinn away from the tree and out of the smoke.
Oh,
7.
7. You're fine. You get to the bottom. You all kind of catch your breath, but not for long as you hear something coming up the ravine, something much bigger.
Go. Must go now. Go.
Let's go.
Please.
Let's go.
No.
Yep, let's go.
No.
You all
got-
take off running.
I have a grenade.
No. Run.
Give me that.
Never what?
I hold out my hand. I say, "Give me that." You know I'm the best person to handle that.
No, it's in my bag.
I want
Hold
it.
on.
As
I'm not bringing
you
it out now.
are arguing for a moment, you've stopped in the middle of the trail. You see what is coming up the ravine. A giant snake,
Go.
easily 50
Oh,
feet long,
later.
crests the thing
Go.
and locks
Fine.
eyes on you and
No.
snarls.
Nope.
No. No.
I'm gonna need
Run.
a
All
speed
the
test from all of you.
Can I do something while this happens?
Depends on the thing you want to do.
I would like to use Dreamcraft to pull up a monster from a dream I've had.
Okay.
Just a large, creepy
We'll
monster.
get to that in a
distract the snake.
second. We'll get to that in a second. I want speed tests from everybody first. And I would like to say that Quinn and Nell both are up a step in difficulty because of the smoke and because of... what is it again, Clarity?
It's ARDS.
ARDS. There we go. So, it's going to be a difficulty 3, but a difficulty 4 for the two of you.
I'm putting effort into my run.
That's fair.
I shall do
Yeah.
as well.
All right.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
I don't have any. How do you guys have edge in more than one thing? I only
You don't
edge in
have
I
to
don't
have
have
edge. You can spend effort in any pool. It just
okay.
costs you more if you don't have
But I
edge.
also took the extra edge thing from being an explorer.
So, let's see how this went.
I don't know where that went, so I'm grabbing a different die.
Fair.
What was the difficulty?
Well, it started at a 3. You lowered it to a 2, I believe, with your efforts.
I got a 13.
You're good then.
I'm dead.
Clarity.
18.
Good.
19.
John. Good. And a minor effect.
I'm trying to think. Minor effect.
Well, while you're thinking about that, we're going to bump over to Aaron, who's looking very sad.
I'm trying to think of something to help Aaron out.
Let's see what Aaron's going to do. So, what'd you roll?
A 1.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh,
GM
no.
intrusion time, and you can't refuse it. So, let's start
Oh no.
We're gonna start with giving you the XP for this. Who do you want to give your 1 XP to? You gotta justify it.
Probably
so.
Nell,
Alright.
because she swung me there.
And expended an
Back.
XP.
Yeah, she did expend an XP for me as well.
Fair. All right, go ahead and grab your XP from the table then. And here's the intrusion. As you are hurrying, you're thinking about what to do. You're trying to dreamcraft this thing quick to distract it, and then your foot catches a root. And you tumble ass over tea kettle forward. The minor effect, however, I would allow you to grab onto her and pull her back up.
Yeah, let's do that. I see. I catch her rolling past me. I just instinctively nope.
Quinn, you do take a point of might damage from the fall.
Of course.
But you do not get eaten by a giant snake, and now you can use your dreamcraft if you would like.
Yeah.
So what do you create?
It's supposed to be a something I've dreamt before. It appears solid, though it's intangible, and I can create a scene, a creature, or an object. It's static unless I physically. It says unless I spend a physical interaction or something to make it move. So I would just pull out some sort of large shadowy, some monster that I probably dreamed of in one of my dreamscapes.
Right, but describe the monster.
It's got tendrils coming off of its body. This just large, doomy, shadowy figure, because I don't know what this creature is. I just know it's got these tentacles and arms. So it's just a big, shadowy figure that stands in front of the snake and us, between us.
So this large, 12-foot tall, shadowy monster pulls out of the ground in front of the snake, which rears back and begins to ready itself to strike as it lunges forward. You all keep running, not really seeing this, as it impacts the smoke creature, dissipates as if it were made of nothing but shadows. The snake is very distracted and forgets all about you.
Yay.
And as you continue to run for another 10 minutes, you stop, all out of breath, at the edge of the Enchanted Forest. You look back, there's no snake chasing you. You have about an hour and a half before sundown.
So what time are we coming back tomorrow?
And that's where we're going to leave it for this week, I think. You can't get better than that. That was pretty perfect right there. Well done. And I'm going to go ahead and give everybody 2 XP for that encounter.
Heck yeah.
Just because that was awesome. And players, we're going to do something special here too. I would like you to discuss amongst yourselves and decide who gets a bonus XP for the night.
When?
What? I don't. Oh gosh, a bonus XP.
Yeah.
For
Who
risking
deserves a bonus
her.
XP?
Quinn risked
the-
life and limb to shimmy all the way up into the cab and do exactly what we needed to do.
I mean, Nell, just for purely causing chaos, I would vote.
MVPC. Who's going to be the MVPC? Clarity, you are muted.
Oops.
Oopsie.
There we go.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oopsie. Originally I was gonna say Coren because I really liked his idea with the smoke grenade, but Quinn risking her life and doing all of the dangerous stuff on the semi and distracting the snake at the end, I think definitely earns her the XP as well.
It was going to be a chase through the woods, so...
I was gonna say, I was originally gonna say Nell for the cool stuff she did, but she kind of got XP for the cool stuff that she did. already. So yeah, I'd say Quinn for
Okay.
the risking life and limb, despite the fact that she sicked snakes on us.
Quinn didn't.
I didn't.
Nell
Nell did.
did.
Oh, that was right. Nailed it. Well, then definitely
Nell's the
Quinn.
one chucking rocks into the
Definitely
ravine.
Quinn.
Not me. Not me.
Definitely Quinn.
All right, so Aaron, there you go. There's your bonus XP, and everybody, we want to thank you very much for joining us tonight. I had a lot of fun with this. Players, did you have fun?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
lot of
indeed.
that was so much
Awesome.
fun.
And we will find out what was on the truck and what else is going on in the town of Newcastle, Minnesota, starting next week with episode 2 at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll all be back. We're looking forward to it, and we hope you are too. A couple of announcements. This weekend we do have some more programming for you. We have on Sunday a little bit more paint, our painting show with host Hannah, who is going to be continuing her work on Whirligig the Perseverant. I got it right. A dwarven villain miniature, which is actually a pewter miniature and is being a huge pain in the butt. And then at 7 p.m. Central on Sunday, we will be doing a one-shot with DM Melissa, I believe again, which I might be playing in. So that would be the first time ever on this channel I've been a player. So yeah, it'll be fun. And then, of course, and that is in place of Dungeon Sphere. Sadly, we have no Dungeon Sphere this week, but we will be getting back to that the following week. And then Wednesday, we will be picking up the finale arc of The World's Greatest Dungeon, our flagship show here on Scryer Vision. We have other programs happening every now and then. We have our Discord, where we post all of our programming announcements, so be sure to join that. Brianna, could you post another link to the Discord for us? I'd appreciate it. And do you players have any announcements you would like to make?
Not just yet. I'm working
Just-
on stuff,
yeah.
but not
Yeah.
ready yet.
Yeah, I'm still working on stuff, and then the only other things going on are reviews are going to be coming up on Monday, hopefully Monday, for In the Heights and Peter Rabbit 2, as well as maybe some other stuff. I know there's been there's a whole backlog of stuff on Netflix I need to get through.
Awesome.
I recently created a TikTok, and there's some funny videos on there that surprisingly a lot of people seem to like, actually. Also, that's my dog Dart. I didn't ever introduce him.
Hello,
You'll
Dart.
probably see him in the same spot
Mhm.
most Fridays.
He put his head up for a bit.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Awesome. If there are no other announcements, we will go ahead and call it a night there. Thank you again very much, everybody, for watching. Be sure to tune in next week. And if you can't or you miss it, these episodes will be up on YouTube about 24 hours after they air. And you can always watch it on demand on Twitch. It's just a little harder to find, so we figured we'd make it easy for you. And easier to share from YouTube, too. So, show your friends. Again, thank you, and we will see you next week. Bye!